doing on this fine Wednesday? We got long time friend of mine and supporter of the channel, like all of us, just going back. I don't know, 3-4 years now at this point. Anthony Ventura has joined us. So first of all, thank you, Anthony, for being here.
No, listen, anytime I could be Spencer's number one fan, since we've met, I've been Spencer's number one fan, totally not anyone else's number one fan. I'm just you. It's only been you. And
I
I'm
appreciate that.
happy to support in any way I can. Anything you need, you let me know. That's it.
Thank you. Yeah. I guess, maybe the last thing people had seen from both of us together was whenever we ran into each other in Rome, which was pretty cool. I mean, ran into is kind of a loose term.
Randomly, it was crazy. Like we were just both at the Coliseum. We were like the
Yeah.
Spider-Man meme, like, wait, is that him? Like, what the heck?
Yeah. Yeah, no, that was a good time though, just in general, getting to meet y'all for lunch and stuff like that. Like that was just it made the trip a lot better. That was our start of our trip, and I guess the end of y'all's though. So
Yeah,
different
yeah,
vibe.
yeah. It's
But
cool. Like that's the whole point of the game, right? Just like traveling out and about. And so if you could find friends while you're out and about, that's freaking insane,
yeah,
And actually, you were the second person I met in Italy. There was also somebody who watched the channel who was at the Hyatt we were staying at, and he was like, "Oh,
really,
I'm here to meet a celebrity." I'm like, "Whoa, what the hell? No, thanks for coming up." We were just having breakfast at the Hyatt, and he was like, "Oh yeah, I've been watching the channel," and he did like first class Emirates back home. I was like, "All right, you're the baller here, not me."
yeah.
So amazing stuff.
What
Yeah,
what city was that in?
that was in Florence at the
Okay.
the Hyatt Il Tornabuoni, which is
Yeah,
now a Cat 8. Got I guess downgraded, what you would say, but upgraded to a Cat 8.
yeah,
And yeah, great hotel. That was awesome.
yeah. That one was on our list of considerations, but we didn't end up getting it, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But regardless, we got some folks already in here waiting for the live to start. So let's bring those up. Probably should have pulled up my chat before we started. I wasn't smart. We just got to talking too much.
Hmm.
Let's see here. So we had the Dollar Man join in early saying, "This is huge. I'll be in a committee meeting, so I'll catch you guys on the flip side." So Dollar
Oh
Man's
man.
also very long term channel supporter. I think he's been here over 2 years now as a channel member, which is pretty insane. So yeah, hopefully we'll get to catch this live later or the replay.
Heck yeah.
Dim is in here too.
Damn.
Always in the live streams. I love to see it. Woodsy said, "Gonna be a banger." Where did it go? Woodsy right here. Gonna be a banger. Honestly,
Nice.
considering the
Let's
Rakuten
see.
card is what he said. It's like Amazon, but the rewards points are so much stronger. It's an interesting take. We'll definitely
Hmm.
be obviously
Yeah.
talking a lot about that here today. So we're just kind of letting people roll in as we welcome folks on to the live, and then we'll get into the topic at hand. Um, Neely
Can't
said,
wait.
"As a Bilt simp, this is huge." Also using
Yeah.
their channel stickers. So thank you for that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know if I'd call myself a Bilt simp. Where do you put yourself in that one,
I'm
Anthony?
getting closer. I am getting closer. I'm getting close. I'm down on one knee. I'm just waiting to get on the second knee. At
Oh,
this point, anyway, yeah, I'm getting a little bit closer. Bill's getting pretty close to taking over the world, man, with their execution. But we'll see. We'll
that's
see.
how I feel about them in general. It's just that they have the best launch pad. I feel like to do something really special. They've already done some really special stuff, but
Hmm.
it's just whether or not they stick to that value prop that they've already started.
Oh yeah,
Let's see who else is in here. Rodney the second. Rodney, good to see you.
Rod,
Saying hello, Spencer and Anthony. Hello all.
Rod.
Yeah, it was awesome. Oh yeah, speaking of Rodney, we should maybe talk a little bit about the meetup. We also did that recently too.
Well, Rod
Um,
made the meetup. Rod
mhm.
Rod was the coolest guy, just hanging around. I remember we were in the shop at the Caribe, right, the one of the first shops over there by the in between the beach wing and the other wing, garden wing. And I looked to my right, and there was a guy out there with Joe Barretto's Wepa
Mhm.
shirt here, and I was like, Joe, you got somebody right here. Who's that? You know him? He was like, and anyway, we went out, we found that was Rod the second here. Very
Mhm.
cool guy, and he pretty much hung out with us. We were together for like the rest of the trip. Like it was awesome. He was very funny, very calm guy, very cool. Like I loved it. I loved it. He
Yeah.
was great, and I can't wait to. I think you booked Rod. I'm not sure, but I can't wait to see you for the next one next year. That'd
Yeah,
be
do you want
great.
to touch on that real quick while we're kicking this off? I know so we had the meetup obviously in Puerto Rico. We've talked a lot about that in lives and on the channel in general, and that was a ton of fun. And I think it
Yeah.
also inspired all future meetups to a degree
Yeah.
because Cesar did too good of a job with it. But yeah, what are you thinking? What's the news on that front?
So, and as Caesar actually joins right here,
Nice.
mi hermano Spencer and Anthony. What's going on, Cesar? Cesar.
Hmm.
Yeah, Cesar did such a good job, and so Cesar did an amazing job. He hosted in Puerto Rico, and it was unlike any other meetup. All the other meetups were cool to meet everybody. It was great, but this was the one where we were all fully together. Like I felt like it was such a family. Like the other ones were family, but I feel like it was a little more disjointed. This one, most people at the same hotel. If not, they commuted to our hotel. We had some beach time, we had some pool time, some outside time. It was so friggin' amazing, and I think it was the best time ever. And so that, Caesar did such a good job, and he did pass the torch over to me to host the next meetup, which I ended up inspiring, like you said, the next meetup spot, which is actually going to be in Charleston, South Carolina, and specifically what I booked and 26 other people booked so far, including Spencer, is the Wild Dunes Resort in the Isle of Palms. It's about a 35-minute Uber ride down to like the historic district in Charleston. It's an amazing place, and it's going to have a lot of the resort feel that we had in San Juan. While being pretty decent on points price. I mean, only 20K Hyatt per night. You actually see on your screen right now, beachfront. It's one of the only private beaches, and basically all of like Charleston. Like there's a few different areas, but this is one of the few that have like an actual private beach that you need like a special wristband, or forget what they actually give you. They have like 7 pools. I think there's tennis courts. There's on-site community with restaurants. Like I said, 20K per night Hyatt points, real easy money. And if you're like me and a few other people, we ended up getting guest of honor certificates, giving us globalists for this day, meaning like basically $50 and free breakfast every day at really, really good breakfast, mind you. Like ones where you can like order, I think like steak and eggs in the morning if you want. You can cover your entire meal. Absolutely amazing. And then Charleston itself is like it's so charming. It's the holy city. It has some of the best history in all of America, even stemming before America was a thing. A lot of ghost tours, history tours, amazing restaurants. I think it's going to be a really, really fun time. So I'm super excited now. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Charleston's one of my favorite cities I think I've really ever traveled to in the U.S. specifically, but honestly around the world. I stayed.
Wow.
Whenever I did, I think I talked to you. This was probably 2 years ago at this point, and I stayed at that one of the hotels that was like a Hilton property. God, I can't remember the name of it now.
Yeah, talking about the one I stayed at, the Mills House.
Yes, yeah, at the Mills House. Yeah.
Oh, you did do the Mills. I totally
Yeah.
forgot that you did that. Wow. Yeah, Mills House. That's my second option. I would say if you can't make it to the resort or you don't have Hyatt points, then there's a few people already booked the Mills House, because that's not great on cash, not great on points, but it's one of the best properties I think there. It's the most walkable to where you want to be in downtown Charleston, and actually probably only about a 5 to 10 minute walk from the actual meetup spot, which I think is going to be the Pineapple Fountain. If you guys know, it's right on the pier. We'll have an ocean breeze. We'll have a couple of restaurants, some bars if people want to go do that. I think it's going to be a great spot all day.
Yeah, and also while you were saying that, of course, Woodsy had to come in here and just already kick off this live stream so strong with 5 gifted memberships.
Nice.
So Woodsy, thank you for doing that.
Woodsy.
I feel like you got to do this at this point because you're doing it every live, but you do not have to. You're way too kind. But look who got one of these, Filmo. Filmo, now a member of the channel.
Yeah, Filmo. Yeah, I know he's going to use that to the fullest.
Yeah, but everybody say thanks to Woodsy if you got one. Ralph, Pete, Filmo. Oh, Ahmad got one.
Tip your hat to you, Phil Woodsy.
Yeah, and Raptor. Cool. But yeah, I guess one other thing, Anthony, real quick, say the dates too. I don't know if you did. I might have missed it.
Oh yeah, it's going to be Labor Day, so only about 10 months from now in September. The actual meetup day is going to be the 5th, so that's a Saturday. I'm going to be getting there the 4th and then staying until the 8th. Most people are pretty much staying until the 8th. There's a lot of people also staying till the 7th, maybe about a half and half. So most are staying, I'd say half staying to the 7th, half staying to the 8th, but 4 to 8 meetup day, 5th.
Yep, I think I'm going. What is it, like Friday to Monday because it's Labor Day, so I think that's 5th through 8th or something like that. But yeah, same thing here. But yeah, again, Woodsy, I don't want to glaze over the fact that it's so kind of you to drop this for us. So thank you for that.
Good man.
I mean, I think at this point, almost everybody in the entire live stream has a membership. Like,
damn,
it's insane.
I need to get a member. Yeah, what the heck.
Let's go. Phil Mo said an official member now. I apologize in advance.
Yeah, he's gonna hate on it, everything that you say in the members only videos. He's gonna say that's not correct.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, Ahmad, I was confused when I saw your name pop up too. I thought you already were one, so that was interesting.
Double member.
But Ralph saying thank you, Pete. Also, Angel here was saying that they live in Mount Pleasant, but Charleston is amazing.
All day. Absolutely.
Let's see here. Cesar said, thank you for the kind words. Can't wait for the 2026 meetup. And yeah, on that topic too, I do think that it'd be a lot of fun. We talked about this in Puerto Rico too, but I think it'd be a lot of fun to do some mini meetups as well. Like I think Anthony's is going to be the one where if you're going to go to one, go to that one. But I would love to have some people down in Austin for a quick weekend and stuff like that too. So we'll talk about that later as well.
All day.
Let's see.
Yeah,
Points with Philip was in here. Yeah, you got to come. Yeah, Richie's coming down pretty soon. We're going to film some stuff together. So Points with Philip saying, Phil was just telling me how much he loves Chase now. It was weird.
Whoa.
See, that's why he got the membership.
Yeah. Nice.
Starlight said, took a lot of advice from these two over the first year of my journey. Glad to be here. That's so cool.
Thanks, man.
Let's see. Mark said, just got my dinner right in time to tune in. I'm glad we can make it. I think, pushing it back a little, 30 minutes later today might actually have helped a lot of people make it. Because usually people are like, they come in right at the end. So let's see. Ralph said, hello, Spencer and Anthony as well. Alejandro, love to see Spencer's biggest fan on a live.
Great. I can't believe I made it finally.
Yeah. Matthew wants us to maybe mention the Mesa card. Maybe we'll try to remember that whenever we get into the Bilt stuff here in a second.
Yeah.
I'm not sure how deep you've gone onto the Mesa card yet. I've looked at it a few times, but
yeah.
But yeah. Alex, 2 legends here. James, learned a lot from you. Thanks, man. It's got to be talking to you, Anthony.
No, G. Can't learn anything from me.
Brady said, good to see both y'all in Puerto Rico. It was a great time. Let's go.
Brady, you got to update that picture, man. You had that that's the New Orleans meetup picture with the castle back there. You got to switch it to a PR picture. What the heck?
Yeah, what's going on? That's insane. Oh my God, Phil, I didn't see this until just now saying, hey friends, just got approved for my 24th card this year. The Rakuten card, finally.
Jeez. What the heck, Phil?
Jordan rules for credit, who we were talking about before, Anthony.
Hey.
2 studs, 1 screen. That's towing a line there, but I don't mind.
Yeah, that could be a weird picture.
Alrighty, let's see. Yeah, Cesar was saying, can't wait for a Texas meetup. Yeah, I think we should do that for sure. And then Points with Phillips said, agreed. It's been too long since I've been to Texas. Also love my Mesa card. Just got the sub for that. I mean, what sub did you not get this year?
For real. Yeah. I want to mention something. I just was reminded, and I thought it was something funny. So Brady, that we just had on the screen there, because I literally just got these out. Brady is a great guy. He kills it. He does like the most insane redemptions you've ever heard of. Amazing guy. He's at all the meetups. And, so yeah, so Brady during the meetup in Puerto Rico, he was talking to my wife, which is it's fine, separately, and he was she called me over at one point and she was like, hey, he has something to tell you. And he was asking me, he was like, wait, because of our Emirates flight, we flew business class to Milan. We had a good time there. And they give you a lot of different things. They give you amenity kits. They give you, more amenity kits. And then they give you a million different things on that flight just to make sure you're pampered. And so I took most of it because I was like, oh, this is cool. Take the pajamas, take the, you can't take the blanket, but take the pajamas, take the amenity kits. And then I also took one other thing that Brady said is actually like, you're not allowed to take. Apparently this one item, they said you're not allowed to. He was like, bro, those are like $200 headphones. You can't take those. And I was like, I didn't know. Nobody told me I couldn't take this. And I actually have them right here, my Emirates branded headphones.
I had those on my flight back from Italy.
Really? Yeah. And so I was like, I want them as a memento. Like, they're cool. Like, I figured they would like the regular headphones that they just give out for free. I just thought, I didn't think that these were like that high quality. I mean, they're nice, but I didn't think they were like $200 level. So yeah, I'm trying to find an adapter right now for the 3-prong so I could like use it on stream or something. But
I don't know. You have to cut that cord, like solder on a new piece or something. I don't know.
Right.
That's insane though.
So shout out to Brady for letting me know I committed a felony, I guess, without realizing it.
There you go. Hey, we all make mistakes, don't we?
Yeah.
Let's see here. Bunch of people join. We have over 100 folks in here. So thank y'all so much for being here at a different time than normal. Pete was asking if I do any, or I guess we do any credit card consultations. I know I do in the description of all my videos. I know Anthony has a community that he answers a lot. It's kind of a consultation of sorts, I guess. But
I would say so. Mm-hmm.
Links in the description for anybody looking for anything. That's the best place to find it for all of our channels.
Spencer's the champ of that. Go for Spencer.
I don't know about all that. Let's see here. Alejandro said this is like when people admit to tax fraud on Caleb Hamer's show.
I didn't know. I didn't know I couldn't take the headphones. Okay. What do you want me to do?
I don't blame you. I don't blame you, honestly.
But then I looked on
Uh,
eBay and I was like, let me see if they're actually 200, like how much would people buy them for? And I saw somebody on eBay have like $25. I was like, so I'm not the only one. There's a few
yeah,
people on eBay that are selling these as well. Okay.
yeah, that's just the FBI out there.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see here. So let's go ahead and just dive into the topic at hand, Anthony. I know. So obviously, we're talking about a mixture of Bilt 2.0 stuff that as much as we know up until this point, which isn't a ton, but more importantly, maybe the Bilt and Rakuten partnership that you've talked about on your channel a good amount recently, and I think it's something that you told me you were very excited about. And just to kind of like I guess prime everybody here, I would say that Anthony and I kind of am using this live stream as a way for Anthony to convince me that I should be taking this more seriously. Because up until this
Oh.
point, I don't really use Rakuten a ton like I do. And I've, especially during holiday season kind of stuff, but I don't really go out of my way to find good deals with them. But now with this Bilt partnership, at least for the first 6 months of it, it seems like a great time to kind of hammer it if it isn't stretching any spin. So yeah, Anthony's good at this stuff. I'm trying to learn from him. I'm the Padawan today. So
Well, I'll just say this, okay, Spencer. You're somebody who right now we were streaming on this platform called Riverside, and can I just ask you just upfront, how much are you paying for Riverside right now, like monthly?
oh God, I don't know. I paid for it yearly and it's expensive. Like,
Is it like
I
a
don't
two
know.
hundred dollar thing? Is it a
Yeah, like
300?
5. I think it's like $500 a year, something like
500.
that.
Okay, so 500 a year. So I literally, because I have the plugin with Rakuten on the side of my screen right now, it says
Oh,
Riverside 5% cash back. And
yeah.
so what that means is if you were to activate this Rakuten and then buy that membership, that yearly membership for 500, you would have gotten actually not just 5% cash back if you wanted, but you could have been earning 5x back. Oh yeah, you could actually see it right here.
It's on my screen too. I just don't have it.
Right. You could have earned 5x back on that purchase. So about 2,500 points, whether it be Amex points, if you have, an Amex credit card, like the green, gold, platinum, then you could have earned 5x back on that. And or Bilt, you could have earned 5x back at least for the next 6 months, because right now you can actually do a one-to-one conversion where, every, I guess you call it $10 in Rakuten cash is 1,000 Bilt points. And so, that $500 purchase could have given you 2,500 Bilt points that you can, send out to any of your partners. So that's like just
Mhm.
one purchase that you would have made. There's also a million other purchases on Rakuten. Now I'm just like you, okay? Many, many years ago, actually for many years up until like 6 months ago plus, I was always like, who cares about Rakuten? It's not the biggest deal. Who really cares? But then I started realizing, like, wait a second, I can actually supercharge this not only on my spend, but also my wife's spend. And if I really wanted to, my mother-in-law spend, who's used Rakuten all the time now, but she doesn't have any like those credit cards, so she just gets cash back. But like every single tour, like Italy, for an example, like all of the I waited until Viator on Rakuten had about like a 20x multiple, and so every dollar that I spent on all my tours, which I love to do when I'm traveling, was 20x back on everything. So I think we ended up spending about, I would say, 1,000, maybe $1,200, something like that, on tours for those 2 weeks in Italy. Not even to mention Greece and all these other places, but at least in Italy. And if you just do that multiple, like 20x times, just call it 1,000. That's an extra 20,000 points. So, 20,000 Bilt points, 20,000 Amex points, and that really does make or break the difference between like an actual redemption or not in a lot of cases. There's been a lot of times where I was like, oh, I want to book this Hilton hotel, and like I had no other points currencies, no way to easily get some Hilton, and like that 20K could have been 50,000 Hilton points that could have actually got that redemption done. And again, this is just a little like some tour spend, and it's not even factoring in all the PetSmart purchases that are frequently 15x. You got Odin there. You can be buying a lot of stuff at PetSmart, getting 15x on all of that. I mean, I just think it's very applicable to everything in life that you may be able to buy something on. Now, I'm not somebody who actually buys that much online. It's literally just like tours, PetSmart, and then there's like a couple side things like she'll get every now and again, and we just like pool it all together. And at least for
Yeah.
right now, I'm sending it all to Bilt because I have no other way of like earning easy Hyatt points. I have like pretty much enough points on all the other partners to be fine for now, but Hyatt is what I really want to secure some future hotel stays while Hilton's kind of bankrupt again. And so I figured for the next 6 months, at least while the conversion's 1-to-1, just send it all to Bilt so I could send it all to Hyatt. So I think by the next payout, I should actually have, well, this is only really for us and whoever makes content, but I got a lot of referrals for Rakuten as well, which helps. But I think total is like 150,000 that I'm sending to Bilt in the next like few months. So that's like amazing Hyatt stays for the future. Not everyone could get that many referrals, but if you know, what did I actually get not from referrals in like the last like literally 3 months? I think it was like 30,000-40,000, I would say, not with excluding referrals. So it's pretty good.
Yeah,
Pretty good, I would say.
it's one of those things that to me, it's like it's kind of it's a no-brainer to use anytime you're shopping online. Obviously, I think there are other like I guess like cashback, same kind of like shopping portal tools out there. But I think what separates this one from the rest is the simple fact that now you can not only could you transfer your cashback to Amex membership rewards points before, like you talked about, but you can also now send it to Bilt. And for anybody that doesn't know, the reason I said that whole 6 month thing earlier is because for the next 6 months, you're able to transfer any of your Rakuten cashback earned to Bilt at a 1-to-1 rate in points form, obviously. But after that 6 months, it goes down to 1 to 0.5, 0.5, which is a bit of a letdown. And maybe, I don't know, maybe Amex follows suit at that point. But personally, assuming I can switch it back to Amex points, which I don't, people have always said like, oh, I don't think you can do it, but I'm able to
You can.
personally. Yeah. So after that 6 month period, I'll switch back to Amex as long as they have a 1-to-1 transfer rate still. But yeah, I don't know. Personally, just like going through my history here, I'm not sharing it just in case I accidentally dox myself, which it happens, people.
Yeah.
Like I use it. I know like last year I used it for like American Eagle, Sephora, like stuff that I bought for my girlfriend for like Christmas. Actually used it even for like my AT&T phone plan for a second. Walmart, Dick's Sporting Goods, Hoka when I got some shoes, Gymshark, stuff for our like
Nice.
for our house. So I use it like sparingly, but yeah, I guess I'm just maybe not somebody that shops around too much. I thought I used it for Viator like you talked about, but I don't see that in here yet. Maybe it's still pending. I don't know.
Yeah. And I'm just like, like I said, a large portion of it is tours for me. Like if I'm like, I'll go super ham with certain tours. Even like we went to Hilton Head Island for our Hilton timeshare recently, and I booked a cruise through Viator, and I got like 20x back or something like that. And it was like $200, like an extra 4K points that I was going to spend anyway. Might as well get that 4,000 extra points on it. And I found it adds up. I mean, if I'm not doing tours, it's probably like not as much, but it's because I am booking so many through there. But also there's ways to game it too. Like if you don't have a SoFi account, literally it just dropped down, but it was 375 and it's usually 375 pretty often. But like if you sign up for a SoFi account, if you've never done it before, you'll get 37,500 points just for like signing up, and I think depositing like a certain amount of money, $500, something like that, direct deposit.
Yeah, and I think you can stack that too with like just a normal offer link. Like if you sign up through one of our just like normal SoFi referral links or something you find online, you get that like their bonus plus Rakuten, which is pretty crazy. So I think like whenever I signed up, I technically got like 500 or so bucks from it, but I did mess mine up a bit, so I actually didn't get the Rakuten stuff. But that's a story for another time.
Yeah, exactly. You'll get the 37.5K points plus like $300 in cash back. Like it's insane bonus. Same with like Kraken. I think they're doing right now. It's a crypto exchange, whatever. Do your own due diligence, but they'll have like a really good bonus of like 20,000 points here and there, whatever it is. You also have like those NordVPN offers where it's like 100x. So like you buy a membership of like $300 and you'll get 100x that. Like it's amazing stuff you can really do with it if you're trying to game. For sure.
Yeah. While you're talking, we got a super chat here from Kevin.
Hey, Kevin.
So first of all, thank you for that, Kevin. And it's saying that he's sticking with Amex membership rewards points because he's in too many ecosystems. What do you think about that?
Yeah, it just depends. It depends what your goals are. Like I happened to run into some Amex points recently. And so because I did some upgrade offers and I got like 50K and I'm like, all right, that's good. I have like 70K Capital One, but I like for right now, for what I need to get done, like all my flights are pretty much going to be covered with AA because I have like 300K now, just by going ham. But at least for right now, I really want to build up that Hyatt stash again. And I think this is like my only other chance of building up Hyatt points because we know how Chase has been recently. It's been very hard to get any other cards. I mean, I have 6 ink cards still, and I'm like, I'm never going to get another one probably. I've already got the bonuses on most of the Chase cards that give you Chase all reward points. I spend on the cards, but not enough. So I'm like, if there was ever a time to like build up my Hyatt stash again, I love my Hyatt stays. She loves them as well. So I'm like, if there's ever a time, friggin' go really ham. The next 6 months with 1-to-1, just funnel everything straight to Bilt and then straight to Hyatt, like all day.
I mean, that's exactly how I feel too. It's like we've had, Cesar on the channel recently, same thing with Luke and not Anthony, Stan, all said the same thing about how easy it really is still to earn a lot of points with Amex. And so I'm thinking about it the exact same way when it comes to this Rakuten partnership. It's like, or just Bilt in general. This is kind of just like a conversation about Bilt as a whole. I value their currency so much higher than I do Amex for the simple fact of the matter that they're harder to get. And they transfer to the partners that I really value highly.
Yeah.
And like you said, I've worked through, I don't even know, I think like 11 or so Chase cards at this point. And now with the new language on the ink cards, the free ink cards at least, where now you're not going to be able to work through that train as easily. That really hinders the amount of points you're going to be able to transfer over to Hyatt, assuming that's how you're going to use them. So the way that I kind of do it is like I think of my Bilt points and my Chase points basically synonymously. They're usually used for like Hyatt, especially Bilt. And then I guess maybe Hyatt or like Atmos, but I'm kind of stacked up on those for now.
Yeah.
And then with like Amex, that's more for like my flights and stuff like that first. And then I, think about the others after that. I mean, Capital One's kind of just low on my list in general, but
Yeah. And Bilt really like takes over where Chase can falter in certain cases. Like, recently I'm trying to book some good, JAL Japan Airlines flights. If I didn't already have a lot of American Airlines miles, I could theoretically transfer, the 100 or 150,000 over to Bilt, and they transfer to Japan Airlines 1-to-1 with some really decent sweet spots. And it's like Capital One is the only other partner that transfers to Japan Airlines, but they're actually not a 1-to-1. They're like, I forget what it is, like a 2 to
5-4
or whatever. Yeah, whatever it is. Less. So like that's amazing. Chase also just lost Emirates, which is how I booked my Emirates flight, where I could steal those headphones. And Bilt has retained Emirates at 1-to-1 for now. Who knows if they'll last forever? But it's like, Bilt is like pretty friggin' amazing for as long as, and it's like it's everything in this game. People will be like, oh, Bilt is great for now, but wait till tomorrow. Something bad's gonna happen. But like that's what this whole game. The whole game is to take advantage of sweet spots while they exist. And so if you find an opening, you find something special, you freaking get the currencies over there and you make that redemption. If things change in the future, who cares? I'm not looking for like the longest longevity in the world. I'm just looking for something where I can get a massive amount of points, hit some sweet spots, hit some vacations, and then call it quits. What the heck? That's why we're here.
Exactly. Yeah, Dem kind of brought up something on this topic earlier, saying, concerned about Bilt's longevity. Imagine having 500,000 to 1 million Bilt points only to have them go under. First of all, if you have that many points with Bilt, you're doing something right. I don't know anybody that's had that many, but
well, Dem's going real hard for sure. And I'm just like, look, I hear that. That's why, like, it's literally I'm transferring the 50K I just got to Hyatt real quick, and I'm just going to keep it in Hyatt. Like, I know the redemption I'm going to use for that in the next couple of years. I'm just going to send it right over there, so I don't even have to think about it. I don't even have to think if Bilt, if there's going to be an issue with Bilt. It's already, in the partner airline. So.
I think, and that's exactly how we've always, I think, like Luke's Points Miles, everybody talking about the earn and burn strategy of just like, I mean, if you're sitting on 500,000 to 1 million Bilt points in your Bilt account in general, then you might need to change your, like, just go cash back or something. At least use those points for something, not with Bilt, but you get my point. Like, you should be using those points. You should be having a plan to use those points fairly quickly rather than like sitting on them for years and years.
Yeah, like you're building it for a reason, like even if it's eventual travel, but I would just take like a week and just start planning like a trip, it could even be a year out, or even if it's a little bit further out, something like that. You can start planning, be like, okay, this is the airlines, here's I'm going to hit that, hit that redemption that I want, here's the hotels I'm going to book, like just have it already planned. So this way those points have a purpose, I think all day.
Personally, I'm also not necessarily, when it comes to like actually having Bilt go under, I'm not really worried about that per se, but like devaluations in general are something that is going to happen no matter what. So you can't like be scared of that happening, like I think it's one of those things that you just have to, it's the same thing like you were talking about. When things go down, when things change, we change with it. And that's kind of the name of the game.
Yeah, like Chase lost Emirates. I'll never be able to send my Chase points to Emirates again unless that changes. But I was able to do that like 3 months ago, and now I can't.
Same with the Amex to Hawaiian. That was nice.
Yeah. All day. And you took advantage of that. A lot of people took advantage of that loophole. Hawaiian straight to Alaska all day.
Dim also is saying, it doesn't sound like Dim's a big fan of Bilt, but saying here that Bilt isn't ideal if you have a player too, because you can't really pool points or send to each other's transfer partners.
Depends on the partner. I mean, if we're talking Hyatt, you could just transfer to your Hyatt account, and then you could transfer that to your player two's Hyatt account. But yeah, not all.
And also, I do wonder like how many people out there actually would have two people with that each have their own Bilt card. I guess like if you're not living together, obviously, and your P2 doesn't live with you, but like for me, for example, it's like I put all of our rent spend on my Bilt card. Like we don't split it. And then at that point, it kind of gets rid of that issue. But yeah, I guess if you're living separately, that might be kind of annoying for a bit, I guess.
Yeah.
Maybe that's something that they'll add though with Bilt 2.0. You never know. They might give you that pooling ability.
Oh yeah.
Clinton joined in a little bit late here, saying late to the party, watching at 1.75 to catch up. I honestly only watch YouTube at 1.75, so
Really? I
yeah.
can't do that. I like the 1x. I like to watch real
Nah.
slow and sensual. I like to see people's thoughts in real time and their expressions and all that.
Yeah, it's honestly, it's like for me, it's hard for me to watch my videos back whenever I'm editing them because it's too slow. Like I have to speed up my own videos while I'm watching them.
Really?
Yeah.
Damn. I wish I could figure out how to do that on CapCut actually, because sometimes it's really annoying to
Except
watch
Premiere
at
Pro, I'm
1x.
just like double tapping L, going 2x
Yeah.
speed the whole time. Let's see here. Looks like Matt Clausen, who we all know and love, of course, saying that he's moving away from Rakuten altogether. I don't know if there was some justification for that later, but
Wonder,
if there,
is he like going a Rove or something, or is there? I haven't really looked into that too much, but is there like an alternative? What's the
yeah,
deal?
maybe you might catch something that I didn't see. Anthony, I know you got it pulled up too.
I don't think
While you
so.
do that, Jonathan's in here saying a big hello on
Hey,
here from Spanish Harlem, two of the greats in the space. Such a pleasure meeting you guys in Puerto Rico. Good times.
yeah, that was
Yeah,
great.
it was
Except you were a
awesome.
little too close to Kate at one point. Let's be honest. I mean, you were in that picture. You was like right next to her. What the heck, Jonathan?
Uh, that's why I couldn't bring my girlfriend around.
Yeah, Jonathan's freaking stealing everybody's
I
wives. What
know.
the heck?
Hmm.
He's
Hmm.
too handsome.
Calder was asking for both Spencer and Anthony, what's your current build status and previous high status? I'm just blue. I don't.
Blue status, baby.
Yeah, I don't chase status with really anybody, to be honest.
Blue all day. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I do
Although,
wonder.
mhm.
Go ahead.
No, although I mean, if it's we'll see what happens by in the next few months, but maybe they change requirements. But if Built Silver retains the same, like 10K spend, or 50K points, maybe there's a way where if I have so much rackets and coming through, and I could transfer on a Built and I could retain the 1-to-1, maybe there's a world where there's no more subs left and I just can't, I can't possibly get approved for another card. I'll just
Hmm.
throw it all on Built for a bit. You
Yeah,
know,
I think somebody said earlier
maybe.
that the Rakuten points don't even count towards status. I was also going to look in my app and see because if rent spend counts towards it, I honestly don't know. I never really checked my status with them, but
Yeah, for the 50K points, it does. For the 10K, no. But for the earning 50K points, because you'll earn like 1x back. So you just, if you have a rent or a mortgage of like, what is it, 4166 or whatever
hmm.
it actually is, multiply that by 12, you can earn silver just with that,
Yeah,
the
I see that
1x.
now.
But
Yeah,
yeah.
I don't even honestly know what the benefits of like having silver status is. I,
Well,
I just like. Oh, here we go.
you could do a
Just
nice
higher,
built helicopter discount or something.
I guess you get better transfer bonuses maybe. Earn interest on points. That's
Hmm.
like the only other thing here.
Yeah,
Yeah, I gotta have it. Maybe I can pull it up here.
very nice. Yeah, blade benefits, that's the way.
No, get my face out. Dude, I can't figure out this camera. How's it working? Anthony, what is happening?
Are you using the ZV-10 still as well?
No, there we go.
Oh, nice. High rente. Yeah, I know you can get some bonuses on the rente transfer. I think that's why most people kind of really enjoy it.
Yeah, I haven't been big on like preemptively transferring either. Like whenever those bonuses come up, I'm not just like automatically transferring anywhere because if I don't have a trip planned, I don't want to just preemptively do it. So
Mm.
I don't even know. I maybe have taken advantage of like one or two, but not much yet. So maybe 2026 is the year. I'm not sure.
Yeah, for sure. And we got to see what happens with 2.0. Their new card lineups, mortgage. If there's actually going to be it's only going to be UWM, United Wholesale Mortgage, or if it's actually going to be open to all. I mean, Richard
I
Kerr,
know.
VP of Travel, did say it's going to be open to all mortgages, but why would you have like a week later, a week before press release that stated just UWM, which is a huge mortgager, but I'm wondering. Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that, and then they like sent out a close friends like video the other day. I don't know if you watched that, but it
Hmm.
was like it didn't answer any questions.
Really?
It's just a classic marketing, like saying
Damn.
the exact same thing that was written in an email. So I didn't find that
Mm.
very helpful. But yeah, I thought the exact same thing. And yes, this is the FX30 actually, the Sony
Oh,
FX30.
very nice. Hmm.
But yeah, um, let's see. Anthony, different Anthony saying, "What up, y'all? Love the content."
Yo, Anthony Williams.
Sharvis was asking another channel member saying, "Does getting the Rakuten card make this strategy even better?" We haven't talked about that one yet.
Yeah. So, I mean, if you get the Rakuten card, it's good because, if you are going to be spending so much on Rakuten, then it's just icing on the cake. So essentially, the Rakuten card allows you to spend an additional a cap of $7,000 per year. Well, I mean, you could spend more than that, but you only get 4x back on top of whatever else you would earn on Rakuten. So, like earlier, I mentioned I was buying a lot of Viator tours at 20x. If I was buying them all with the Rakuten card, I would be earning 24x up to the first 7,000 in spend, which is a good amount, 7,000 per year on Rakuten. A lot of people are doing that. I don't think I'm that much. I don't think I'll hit that in a year, but still, if you do spend that much on Rakuten, it's an additional 28,000 points that can be sent to, Amex or to Bilt, at least for now. Again, it can be the make or break between a redemption or not. Is like that extra 28k. It's happened so many times. So yeah, I think it's it could be valuable. It's would I go out of my way for it? Like I'm not, even though I'm doing okay with some Rakuten spend. I'm not going for it, at least for now. Not. I don't think it's worth it necessarily for right now.
Yeah, a big thing here that Jarvis just brought up as well, and people always bring this up every time I talk about this card, is that the 10x Rakuten dining is like very valuable for some folks, which I can see that for sure. I think this is like a topic in general that encompasses the Rakuten topic as a whole. I think one of the dangers of going down a route like this, which is the same for just credit cards in general, is the whole idea of overspending because now I get added multipliers. And I was going to ask you this earlier. I don't think you do this, but like I think there's a lot of people out there that might be like, oh, well, I wasn't going to book this tour before, and it's an extra $100, but now I'll book it because I get 20x back, so it's worth it, right? Like, do you ever think about that kind of stuff?
No, I mean I'll never, I'll never go out of my way to book like some random tour just because it's like an extra amount of points. I'm like, oh, well, we can make it work. In fact, I actually kind of did the opposite. Like during that 20x, I could have booked a more expensive tour in Florence, but I realized they had these like they're like they're called free tours, but if you buy them on Viator, they're like 3x back. Or sorry, they're $3 per person. So it ended up being like I think after fees, whatever, is like $7 for me and Kate. And I was like, let's just see how it is. Like there was 11,000 5-star reviews. Like how bad could it possibly be being a $7 tour? And so I could have bought a $150 tour, which was actually literally on there, or I could do the $7 tour. So I did the 7, and I loved it. It was great. It was actually amazing. 2 hours, headphones set up, 30 people. And why it's free and why it's so cheap is at the end it's highly incentivized by gratuity, so giving some tips. But still, I only gave like $20, or €20 between me and her. It's like $25 US. For a tour that I could have spent $150 on to get extra points. So no, it's really just like if I'm spending money, let me see where I can also get a return. Like credit cards for the most part. The way I view it, it's like if I can get a return, I'll put the spend on it.
I think about
normally spend on.
I guess like I said, in general, I think that's a topic that's important. I think like Jay was saying here, like lifestyle creep in general is a real thing in this credit card game. But I think it's almost a lot easier with a thing like Rakuten or just like coupon clipping in general. Like that's like the classic saying is like, people go coupon clip at like the grocery store, but then buy something from the grocery store they didn't actually need. Or like they just got because they got a coupon on it. And I think that happens more with something like Rakuten where you're getting like in your face like 20x back on this purchase or 100x back. Like I almost did that with the Nord one, I guess, is actually a good example. Like it's 100x, so whatever. But yeah, with those other ones, it can be maybe a little bit of a slippery slope.
Yeah, for sure. Because I guess you could argue with that Norton whatever 100x. It's like, okay, if I can get 10,000 miles or 10,000 points for $100, whatever it actually is, then I'm theoretically just buying 10,000 miles for $100. Like, is that worth buying? And like depending on whatever redemption you're trying to get done or miles, like that could be highly worth it. So it's like a conversion there. But yeah, I'm actually surprised that people, if there is like lifestyle inflation with credit cards, because there's a bonus. Because I feel like most of us get into this game because we're frugal at heart and we want to spend as little as possible out of pocket. I mean, we were just at the Caribe Hilton, and I know like at least a few people in this chat. I think we have Luke and Joe and Xavier and I. We were all just at like the front check-in desk, like using our Hilton gift cards or using our quarterly $50 credits. Like we're trying to subsidize our entire life just with credit cards. So I'm surprised that people would overspend because like I think inherently most of us are like pretty spend averse, but yeah, I guess it does happen.
Yeah. I think it really does. It's something that maybe doesn't like come up as much because I think it's one of those things that it's literally a creep for a reason. Like I think they might just come in a subtle way of like, well, now that I have like the edit credit on the Sapphire Reserve, would I
Oh,
actually stay
yeah.
and edit? That kind of stuff
Yeah.
kind of starts to come into play.
All day that happens. All day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. It's just an interesting, I guess, psychological thing that we
That's true.
talk
Because
about.
also recent experience, which I've changed my mind on a lot of things. Like I booked a lot of Michelin star hotels, Michelin key hotels recently, and like they're amazing cent per point value, like insane. Like the one in Switzerland was like 1.5, cent per point Hilton points for that SLH,
Oof, yeah.
and it's like an amazing redemption. But then I found like at these really really high levels, like Michelin key, like super above. Yeah, the level of service is high, and you get a really outsized interesting experience. But I found that once you get past like the Waldorfs of the world, you get to Michelin Key, like the level of service is almost uncomfortable. And then also everything at those hotels are insanely expensive. Like if you want to, usually if it's a Michelin Key hotel, a lot of the times they also have Michelin star restaurants. And so like if you just want to get a quick lunch, it's like $60 to share
Yeah.
something between you and your wife. Forget it. If it's two people, over $100. And then like water sometimes is not free, and you pay $10 for a glass bottle of water. It's like I don't know. If I'm going to do that, I'd rather just go a little bit lower end, in certain cases, go with a Conrad, a Waldorf, and,
Right.
get my dining credits and stuff like that. I mean, they're, granted, complimentary breakfast at the SLHs are cool, but I just noticed like those high ends, man, you really do overspend all day. Yeah, I'm just like not
Yeah.
really about it as much as I thought I was going to be.
Yeah, that's I made a video. It might have been like 2 years now ago at this point, where I talked about like the real cost of free travel, basically,
I
and
remember
like
that one.
I stayed at a resort in the Bahamas, really nice. Like it was a great spot, and I got it all for free on Hyatt points. It was like 120,000 Hyatt points, and I got, I don't know, 2+, maybe 3+ cent per point for that hotel. But I spent, for all I paid for like everybody's stuff, but it was like an extra $2,000 worth of expenses on like food for like a week, and it's like, well, that if you're not budgeting that into your actual travel beforehand, then what I just did is actually, waste a good amount of money on a nicer trip where I could have gone and stayed somewhere cheaper.
Yeah.
So it's like that kind of stuff has to be factored in.
All day. Yeah, that
Yeah.
Bahamar man, CJ's homeland. He told me it was like, yeah, breakfast is like $100. Like,
Yeah,
geez,
it's
for two
ridiculous.
people.
Yeah. The
Whew.
cheapest we found was like this little food truck out on the beach, and it was like for me to get like a small, kind of like a Chipotle style bowl, it was like $25 a person each time. And
Jeez.
that was the cheapest meal we could find.
Yeah, that's insane.
So
Wow.
yeah, that one kind of, and then you're there for 5 nights or whatever, and the dinner on property is, yeah, $50 to $100 a person. It's ridiculous.
Can I ask you something on that topic? So this is something I've been thinking about recently, and I've noticed just talking to certain people, and it's on this topic, and I've noticed that whenever I talk to people, and it actually like it's me and my wife's experience as well, but every time I talk to people and they say something was an amazing trip, they usually say like a couple of things. They'll be like, "Oh, it was absolutely an amazing trip," outside of like the redemptions. Like, "Oh, redemptions are cool," but they were like, "It's an amazing trip." They were like, "Everything was so cheap. Like the food was so cheap and it was so good." Like all that. Like it's usually like one of the first things people mention is like how cheap the place was, and I almost feel like the cheaper a place by giving you like a decent experience, but with cheap food and it tastes good and all that stuff, it almost like it makes the trip outside of like anything else. And I felt that in Greece too. When I was in Greece, like like mid-end hotels, nothing crazy. I didn't go insane in certain cases, but like when we were in Athens, you can get dinner for $10 for two people. I'm like, this is amazing, But then I go to Italy and it was like dinner for $70 for two people. And I'm like, oh, that sucks. Even though maybe the food wasn't comparable. Greece was so much better, but I feel like if the food was comparable, I would have chosen Greece all day long because of how cheap it was. And I feel like that's a thing to factor in.
Absolutely. I mean, it's exactly what I just brought up on screen a second ago.
Yeah, literally.
Just saying like no such thing as a free lunch, which is so true. It's the same thing with like the whole casino structure, right? Like they'll give you a super cheap hotel in Vegas because they know you're going to lose all your money gambling at their hotel. It's the same idea here, just in a slightly different form.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Actually, sorry, I opened that up asking you, and then I just answered my own thing. So, wait, have you had experiences like that? Like Bahamar, okay, cool place in Bahamas, but really expensive. Did you have another place that you were like, I'd probably go back there first because like food was cheaper? Or, I don't know. Did you ever feel that at any time?
Honestly, that's a good question.
Because you went to Croatia and Italy,
Yeah.
and I feel like they probably have different prices, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, I mean, Italy was more expensive than Croatia. The weird thing about Croatia was that since the way that we traveled there was the whole, like, they have like yacht cruises basically, and it sounds fancy. I mean, it is, I guess, fancy, but it's like it's a 30-person boat, so not like a massive like cruise, but it's still a cruise through all the different like kind of port cities and stuff. But
Hmm.
all the food is served there, so I paid out of pocket for all that anyway. So I don't really have like
Uh,
an exact cost, and we
yeah.
only ate off of the boat like maybe one meal a day.
Interesting.
Um, but yeah, so I don't. It's kind of weird. Like even I mentioned I'm going to Cancun
Oh
before
yeah.
this call I was telling you, and it's like we're staying at an all inclusive,
Hmm.
so it's kind of hard to do that same price comparison where I don't get to have a free hotel. Like I got to
But
pay
they,
for it out of pocket.
but that's so good though. I really think I'm gonna be an all inclusive. You have to tell me that experience because I'm like, if I could just go downstairs and be like, give me some steak. Hopefully the quality
Yeah,
is all good, but like, give me some steak, give me some whatever, and it's covered. Like, and maybe I did pay up front, but you're paying. I'm assuming high points. Like that's all day. Like that's fun. I love
yeah,
that.
yeah. Unfortunately for this one, I'm just straight cash, but
Oh,
they have the
really?
all inclusives, with Hyatt and stuff like
Yeah.
that. And I think I just got like a mailer about those actually, maybe with Marriott even.
Mm,
They sent me one recently, but
that's sick.
yeah,
That's gonna be
there's just
great.
different levels of like different stratas of like travel within this too, right? Where like different people travel in different ways. That's why somebody,
Hmm.
for example, might really like Choice Hotels because I just made a video about the Wells Fargo cards coming out,
Hmm.
I guess next week, and I did like a whole big thing about Choice in there because a lot of people kind of sleep on them. I feel like,
Hmm.
but if you go look at all their properties, I mean, yeah, there's some low end properties, but there's also some mid tier ones, and they're costing you 20,000 points a night, maybe like for a
Yeah.
nicer property, and like that, and that's at a you get a 1 to 2 transfer from Wells Fargo, which
Yeah.
means you're only paying like 10,000 points a night for like actually pretty nice properties
Yeah.
all across the world. So I don't know. I think there's different levels to this, and some people. That's why I think I'm really big on like you have to just fit these cards and everything that we do to your specific lifestyle and travel habits. You can't be
Mm,
forcing yourself to do something you wouldn't for the sake of redemptions or for the sake of
yeah.
yeah, like a price savings because in some way or another they're gonna get their get back.
Yeah.
Banks are the ones ultimately winning.
So true. So true. Hmm.
Let's see. Filmo saying food is very cheap at all inclusives. Very cheap, free 99.
Free 99.
Let's see. Simply Andy here
Nice.
saying all inclusive is worth it. Did it with Chase points in the Dominican Republic. Nice.
Nice. That's sick. Yeah, I can't wait. I want to do one so bad. There's a few
Hmm.
places in the Caribbean, not far from Puerto Rico, that have some nice all inclusive. I'm like, let me try that maybe.
Yeah.
Let me go ham with that.
Clinton said cruising can be a great value. That's another thing we don't really talk about much in these videos, but his total folio when disembarking from a 13-night Virgin voyage
Oh,
was $18, and the cruise was under 2,000 up front.
damn. That's
Total
great. Yeah, 13 nights.
$18. Wow.
That's
Yeah,
amazing
that's
because
pretty cool.
I think they have that they have that cool redemption where I think it's like 90K a person and you can do like a 7 day cruise with
Hmm.
Virgin, or maybe it's whatever. But yeah, that's money. That's money. I really think I would be a cruise person, but I don't think I can convince her to do it. But we'll see.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the way that we did it, like in Croatia, where it was literally like they only travel while you're sleeping, and you're not going that far. So it's like you wake up and you're in a completely new city in Croatia.
Yeah.
Like that was a lot of fun. But the big cruises where you're maybe traveling for 3 days at a time, that can be a little rough, and you only get like a few hours off. But
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
depends. I mean, there's so many out there.
For sure.
Boxer saying, "What's up, guys? Hope everyone's doing well."
Oh, boxer.
Ooh, Clinton, another little strategy there, saying cruise was originally $3,000, but he got 1,000 back when the price dropped. Nice.
Hmm. Not bad.
Evan here said, I'd say lifestyle creep is more of the norm than the opposite. Simper point value or evaluations being higher when booking business class flights and expensive hotels rather than economy seats and budget hotels. So that is also an interesting topic here. Basically saying that like, for example, we're getting really high Simper point values on these business class flights, but wouldn't be paying for them out of pocket. What do you think about that topic in general? Oh, I guess here,
Yeah.
let me finish this. Would you buy a
Oh yeah.
business class flight or an FHR hotel room if you were paying cash? For me, I wouldn't.
So, well, it's tough to say because I don't really like the argument because I didn't get into the points of miles game to do things I could normally do anyway. Like I got into the game so I could do things that I wouldn't never be able to ordinarily do. Like again the San Juan 5 days Puerto Rico, that was a $3,000 hotel. Like, am I at the stage of my life where I want to throw 3K on a hotel? No. Will I spend 280,000 Hilton points? Yes, that I got from like 2 timeshares. Like, yeah,
Right.
all day. Business class, would I ever pay $11,000 for our Flex Plus seats for Emirates or 5,000 plus for our Lufthansa business class home? Like, no. But it was an amazing experience. And would I spend the same, I guess, 170K a piece or 140K, 170K a piece points for that again all day, depending on how I earned it, which is mostly subs.
Right.
So like, yeah, I don't really agree with it because, yeah, I'm not buying those things probably at any time in my life unless we're already making like, I don't know, 30K a month or something like that, something astronomical. So I wouldn't even really think of it in those terms. It's like, can I have an outside experience? Cool. If not, then I'm not really too worried. So I don't really like that, but I do like the FHR if you're paying cash. Like, I think there was a lot of times where, yeah, if you book an FHR hotel or, an Edit collection, or if you're booking a Premier collection, all these different ones, you can definitely overpay super easily because, man, I got the Platinum back after like many years, and I was checking FHR, and those rates have really jumped up since I was last in it. I was really like insanely surprised.
Yeah.
Like even double prices in certain cases for hotels that I have like previously booked with FHR. I will say though, I am somebody who does pay cash for these types of hotels every now and again. Like from some of our past meetups and some of our road trips that we've done, I've paid cash with MasterCard to be able to get like a $300 hotel, but then I'll get back like $170 in food credits, like $100 experience credit, one, $70 whatever, when it's only like, I don't know, $50 more than the actual standard room rate. So like I pay $50 more, get 170 back. Totally worth it for me. So yeah, that's something I do actually in fact pay cash for, but that's a blanket term. Like when you say FHR, are you talking a $200 or $300 stay, or 500 like I've done in the past, pure cash?
Yeah.
Or are we talking, 1,000 a night? Yeah, I'm not doing that, of course.
Yeah, I think
Sure.
that's exactly how I would kind of state my case for it too. I think another way you can think about it if somebody's struggling with this topic is just basically, would you or would you not pay the cash rate of your points for that booking, if that makes sense. So like, say for example, I get a business class flight,
Yeah.
whatever, 5 cents per point. I'm just trying to make up random numbers here.
Mhm.
That normally a $5,000 flight, I got for $1,000 worth of points. Would I pay $1,000 for a business class flight compared to 700 for an economy? I mean, yeah, like I'll take that $300, upgrade
Yeah.
kind of thing. And obviously, it's not even that simple. Like it sounds simple, but it's really not, because again, these are points that we've earned from natural spend through welcome offers, where we got 30% return on spend. So it's actually
Yeah.
even easier to justify than that, in my opinion.
Yeah, when your acquisition is so low, like the reason I had so many of those points is all from Ink Train, last couple of years. So like, yeah, the acquisition cost for me is so extremely low that, yeah, I can justify, I guess, what would be, I could have cashed out those same points for $1,700. That's a good amount of money, but that experience of Emirates was amazing.
Yeah,
that was
exactly.
that was really like, and it's stuff I can all applicable and I could talk about in the future. And now when I bring that up in conversation, be like, well, that's
Yeah.
pretty cool. But I just recounted with me and her. It's like, yeah, that was amazing. And then I can show my headphones that I stole from them. It's
Well,
just
yeah,
fun.
same thing for me. It's like with the Emirates flight that we just got back from. We have a picture now, a Polaroid, from the Emirates
Yeah.
flight with us in the bar at the back of the plane. Like that's something that me and my girlfriend will remember forever. And you can't really put a price on those memories. And that,
Yeah.
again, like you said at the very beginning of that, the entire reason that really all of us get into this credit card game, maybe it starts with you just wanting some cash back or something, but really what it is to make, give yourself the ability to make memories and have these experiences that you would not have had otherwise. And if you're not doing that, then it's like kind of, what's the point? At that point, just maybe go cash back and just pay everything out of pocket. And
Yeah.
but
And I
everybody
think
has a different strategy,
Yeah, and I think it's not always like a this or that. Like, would you
Right.
do this or would you do that? It's like, yeah, I did those a couple cool flights here and there the last few months. Doesn't mean I'm doing that every single time I'm flying somewhere. Like, I actually think I'm probably going to be somebody who just does, like, if business is a good deal, do it. If not, just a simple premium economy guy and just like do that, and do that really
Yeah, I
easy
mean,
money, less points. Yeah.
I would say a couple of my redemptions have been a perfect case study. I mean, for example, this camera I got with credit card points because at the time I wasn't traveling and I could use those points for this, and I needed that more at the time. Same thing with my MacBook that runs this whole channel, all that kind of stuff. Like you
Nice.
can kind of bounce between teams, if you want to call it that, just depending on your needs. So that's what the game is for, is to help you just, like I said, either get things you couldn't have before, whether that's a flight or a computer or whatever, or make memories that you couldn't have before. That's how I think about it.
All day.
Let's see. Super Sal asked earlier, random question: what do you guys lean more towards, street food vendors or restaurants?
Definitely restaurants. Definitely restaurants, I would say.
I think I'm the same.
I think just because, well, if I really think about it, I feel like I haven't seen that many vendors in some of the places I was at. I mean, I think they were okay, but I think they just always have an air of like, oh, maybe something is not safe about it. I think most of them are fine, but you just have that air of it. But no, just I think it's just most of the time because I do these tours, and then on the tours they're like, go to this restaurant or go to this place, and it's always like a hidden back place that nobody would have went to, non-touristy. So like you get the cheap meals, but you also have a nice sit down environment. Like that's how we found some of the best places ever. And you can't really, like street food's cool. Yeah, you're on the go, moving around, moving and grooving. But I've never really had a hard time just like sitting down in a restaurant for like 1 hour and then keeping it moving. But those are where you find the real good memories. Like I remember when we were in a small island off the coast of Athens. We were not off the coast, but far away, an island called Paros, and then another island, a mini island off the coast of that island called Antiparos. And there was like this mini mom and pop shop where the owner is sitting right there, and he, we're talking about this, whatever he's got there, and he brings over some stuff, and then he brings over some free pie because we just have to try it, no charge whatsoever. And then we walk away. It's like a $14 meal because it's like a hole in the wall place, but it was just a great experience, and I think you find those experiences through restaurants, not really the vendors as much.
Mine's a little bit, I guess, like my answer might be a little easier just because I have allergies, so I almost have to eat at restaurants. I can't always trust the street food vendors to know what's going on in it.
But
right. Also, I think it probably depends on location, right? Like some countries and places are built for the street food, some aren't. So.
Yeah, did you see any in Italy when you were there? I feel like I feel like I didn't.
No, I think no. Ooh, I just nailed my camera. We're okay. No, I didn't. I mean, we had some great restaurant experiences though. That I feel like Italy is more of a restaurant place. Like they have really nice dining, culinary experiences.
Yeah. True.
Let's see. Going back up a bit. Simply Andy. Oh, just lost it. Said, so you live in Austin, you team electric or gas? Oh, I'm a gas guzzler. No, Anthony's not. We got two different sides here.
Well, I mean, I will say, I will, for the sake of it, I can take the electric side, but I'm a lover of both. I've loved both. I just happen to have electric now. It's just, it's just easier now. But
I got a big old 4Runner and then a diesel Sprinter van. So
you have a diesel?
I'm canceling all of Anthony's carbon credits.
Damn.
Unfortunately.
Well, what am I offsetting for? What's the purpose?
Let's see here. People were talking about Choice earlier, saying I stayed at a Choice Cambria after returning late on a flight from London, got 1.61 cent per point redemption value on the hotel, and I prefer to stay at Choice hotels anyways. Yeah, it looks like a lot of people have had similar experiences.
Cambrias are great. Yeah, very. Cambrias are basically like Hyatt houses. I've found on average, like good hotel.
Yeah, it looks like EK up here was saying Japan has insane rates for Choice hotels, like over 1 cent per point, not including transfer ratio. Yeah.
Really? I haven't really looked out there.
Yeah, I looked at for the video I was talking about. I have a couple of examples. One in like Sweden and one in, God, I already forgot. I don't know, it was euros. That's all I remember. But there was like 2 cents per point when taking into consideration Wells Fargo transfer 1 to 2. And it's like, I mean, that's rivaling Hyatt all day. And it's just like you would never think of it, but there's so many different ways to win this game.
There's a lot of hotel sweet spots that I think we're just so, most people are so inclined to like Hyatt, good value, but Hilton can be great value. Choice obviously seems to be amazing, or I prefer, we both talked about now, seems to be great value. I still need to get into it and book some of those though.
I know, I've always referenced you in those because you really put me onto that. But I mean, it's a great example of just small footprint, but hey, if you're, might as well check all options,
Yeah, there's always something.
Let's see. Keith joined in earlier. Keith Tuttle.
Sweet.
Great dude, saying, hey, Spencer and Anthony, enjoying the stream as always. Thank you. Calder said, Spencer, you should look at a NOS or external redundant backup system in case your files get lost from your Mac. I have a lot of redundancies built into my stuff with like hard drives and SSDs, but not a full like NAS system. I don't know about you, Anthony, but you got some.
Well, I mean, I guess I'm just thinking about it. I never thought of like backing up anything because I guess it's all in the cloud. Is that like, do I have to be worried about that? I mean, I don't know.
I mean, I have all, like I said, I have all mine, like, I guess locally stored technically. But the nice thing about like the YouTube stuff in general is that we can pull like videos from our channels if we need to.
Yeah.
If we needed a final version.
So you save all your videos?
Oh, all my project files, everything I've ever made. Yeah, I've
Oh,
got
I
it all.
delete them all. Damn.
I think I think it's a either or thing. Like my other
Uh,
my buddy in a different niche, I've always like kind of talked about on like separate calls with you and stuff.
yeah.
He deletes everything after he's done, but I save
Wow.
everything. So I don't
That's
know.
pretty crazy. Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean, I guess it makes sense. Like if things go wrong, you could just mass upload like a million up
I
videos real
get.
quick.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
don't really know why I do it. It's just probably some weird control thing I got going on in my brain.
I can't let even
Yeah.
the ether take my videos.
Uh-uh.
The garbage pail can't take them.
Let's go back to this topic. Has been saying, but would you spend 80,000 points on a business seat versus 40,000 for economy? I personally think economy plus 400 cash back would feel better than one business seat that I'd never buy.
Depends
I
how
think,
far you're going.
yeah, yeah. I think that's where you come into the subjectivity of the game, which I think is a really beautiful thing. Where whenever you would rather have the 40K plus 400 cash back, I would spend the 80K points on a business seat all day if I'm going
Yeah.
across the pond.
I guess if I was flying to like JFK and it was an hour and a half flight, yeah, maybe I would value that $400 a little
Yeah,
more. But like
yeah.
if I'm going like Puerto Rico's 3 hours, like if I could have upgrade, I was actually actively looking to see if I could upgrade to business class and pay like a couple of extra dollars. Like I actually did that. I had a main cabin seat on Delta, and I ended up paying $165 to upgrade to Comfort Plus. Thought it was totally worth it, and I
Hmm.
would have paid probably double that for business just to have it. 3 hours and above. And if it's like a couple $100 extra, like I'm doing that for
Yeah.
sure.
And also, I mean, the other point too is like you're not even, for the most part, you're not going to be, when it comes to domestic travel, you're not going to ever be spending 80,000 points on
Yeah,
business. Like most of the time, you're
too
paying
much.
maybe an extra 10,000, twenty
Yeah.
thousand miles, maybe. And at that point, it usually is worth it in my opinion. But
Hmm.
we all have different takes, of course.
Yeah.
Miles of Miles saying gas in Texas is in general cheaper than most of the nation anyway. As a fellow Austin resident, Anthony's got cheap gas too, though. South Carolina.
Yeah. I mean, I haven't looked at it, but I feel like maybe I'm wrong. Is it like 290 now or
Yeah, I think
390?
that's like
I
what
can't
we're
remember.
at, something like that.
Yeah. Uh, Never
Kay
over
saying
there.
just booked American Airlines economy via Bilt to Atmos at 3.15 cent per point for President's Day weekend.
Sick.
Yeah,
That's
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 great
great.
for economy.
Yeah.
Wow.
Amazing.
Background balloon saying legends. Thank you, thank you. You're the real legend here. Background balloon. Oh, you have a BB on that balloon. I never noticed what that was until just now.
Yeah.
It's a
He's
real logo here.
maybe that's a channel, or maybe he has a
I
channel.
know,
Maybe he
I
talks
know.
about like a balloon enthusiast, maybe. But what's the deal, balloon? Never asked. Yeah.
Let's see here. I'm going to the channel on the side
Let's do
screen.
it. Let's get him to. Let's see how many subs.
It just says the description just floating through life in the background. It's beautiful.
Bro, you're all in with the balloon cosplay here. Like balloon just floating around.
Um, Man, people are really in on the storage stuff here. Maybe I need to look into the NAS system. I don't know. I feel like I'm decently set up, but I could do better. Oh, here's a good topic too, or not topic, just continuation of our last thing. Raymond saying, but the savings and points by booking economy could get you another trip somewhere else. So that probably plays into the whole how hard are you really playing this game? Because one of the difference in valuations here between what me and Anthony are saying and what others are saying is that since we go for so many welcome offers, that extra 40,000 points could be earned fairly easily, especially with the ink cards that we've been getting. I mean, that you could get one ink offer will cover you at 2.5 of those basically, and it's like, so that's where the difference in strategy might come into play. Where if you are really strapped for points and you're trying to stretch them as far as possible, then you're playing a different game than somebody who wants to travel in business and first class across the world. It's just a different game, I think. But
Yeah.
what do you think?
No, definitely. Like I guess so I'm just trying to think of recent experiences of this. Like I guess, yeah, Puerto Rico again. Like the flight home, I had like 50K left over in Delta miles. I was like, I'm never gonna use these. Let me just use them for this. So
Mhm.
50K was able to get me the flight home. Actually, I had like 10K left over, and I could have used them for like the flight there, but I don't think I could have. But the flight there was like it was horrible redemptions. Like I could
Mhm.
have spent literally 1 cent per point American Airlines miles. Like it was like $1,000 flight, 100,000 American Airlines miles. I was like, that's terrible. I'm not doing that at all.
Yeah.
Delta was also really terrible. So I ended up just paying cash. It was like $800 cash, and I booked the flight to get there because the points just didn't make sense, and I didn't have any other I had to know their ecosystems to get that done. So sometimes you just got to. But yeah, I guess to your point, if I'm really strapped, at 80K, I'm on my last 80K with no other points in sight, then yeah, if I know there's a couple trips coming up and I'm gonna have to use that, then sure. But I also just think like you'll figure it out when that time comes. Like I was saving those 50K Delta miles for a trip to like up north at some point, and then future. But I didn't have it planned, and PR was planned, so I just used the points for that. And I at that time I'll figure it out whether that's the best redemption and I have to transfer some Amex points. Some people wouldn't. I might. If the redemption's good enough, or I'll just pay cash again. Whatever ends up happening. Whatever is the most optimal at the time, or how much you have.
Yeah, I think it really comes down to that planning, right? Like a lot of times in my consulting calls, people, they're always kind of curious, like what cards to get next, what strategy do I go with, and it really is super dependent on you doing the time beforehand to figure out exactly what you need in the future.
Yeah.
So if you know they're gonna, like you said, if you know you're gonna need those extra 40K points and you have no other way to earn them in the near future, then yeah, save them, I guess.
Yeah.
But it's just a timing thing, That you coming in prepared to all of your redemptions is key, I think, and your applications.
I like that. Yeah.
Super South saying, why the meetup in Charleston? It's humid there.
No, man. I already thought about this. I've been to Charleston a million times. I know when it's humid and I know when it's not. During Labor Day, I think it'll be a little bit humid, but I think it's going to be good though. I think it's going to be fine. I think it's going to be right at the perfect time where it just cooled down. We should have between the 70s and 80, mid 80s, I would say, during the peak. Nighttime should be 60s, something like that. I think it's the best time. It could have been November. I could have chosen November, but it would have been too cold. I think it would have been 50s, 60s at that time. I think for that, especially since it's like I guess it's the first week of September, a few days in, but I think it'll be okay. Because we have been there in super hot season and not, and I think it's okay in September. Yeah.
Also, come on, we're going to a beach. If you're worried about the humidity, get in the water.
We got 7 pools at the Wild Dunes, and we got a private beach. Yeah, what the hell? Puerto Rico is very hot there as well. It's like 90
in the water.
Yeah, all day.
Yeah, that's funny.
But it can be annoying if you don't go to Charleston in like July, August. It's terrible.
Yeah. I think my body's built for it at this point, just living in the South.
That's true.
Like, it doesn't even faze me. I never even thought about it being humid there. I'm like, it might actually be cooler. It's a little bit more north.
That's right.
Jay Rome saying getting 3 cents per point, or 3 cents per choice point at a brand new Cambria downtown Boston during marathon weekend. Transferred from City 1 to 2 in April between City, Hyatt, AA, and United. Oh, wow. Whole trip averages out to 3.5. Wow.
Heck yeah, that's an amazing trip, and it's those little trips too that are amazing. Go to Boston, go to a couple nearby cities or something.
Another good thing too, when it goes back to that whole like saving points versus not, if you can find, like, this might be one of those cases where you have a certain, like, say you have 120,000 sitting around. If you're able to find a redemption like this instead of one that you were initially planning, so that you could use those 80K points for that business class flight to wherever, like that's why, like, I think taking the time to learn how to utilize like airline alliances and these different tools like Seats.aero, all that kind of stuff, it can really pay dividends because it saves you up those extra points that you can later use for a bigger trip.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. Keep losing my place in here. Filmo saying I upgraded my my upcoming 48-minute flight. Filmo needs a space.
Yeah, Filmo does not do less than business. He can't.
Mm-hmm. Nathan saying just tuned in. Mind giving us the 30-second overview? I don't know if that's physically possible. I don't even know what we've talked about, to be honest with you.
Bilt, Rakuten, 6 months, 1-to-1. Transferred all the Bilt, transfer to Hyatt. We also Puerto Rico meetup.
Charleston
points,
meetup.
Yeah, the points are worth it if it's business for over a couple-hour flight.
There you go. I hope you learned something.
Yeah, no lifestyle inflation. Yeah, that's it. Good.
All right, let's see. Filmo, so yeah, we did NOLA in New Orleans in August. Oh, yeah. Charleston will be fine.
Even NOLA during freaking Labor Day was humid. If you lasted during that meetup, Charleston will not be like that. It'll be better than that. Yeah, that was terrible.
Background balloon saying that they got a balloon that just had balloon written on it when he graduated from college in 2023. Friend gave it to me because my Zoom background for COVID was just a white screen that said background. So you're all in on this. It's your brand now.
I love that backstory. In case you didn't know what it was, they wrote balloon on it. That's very funny.
That's great. Evan said, yep, it's largely a perspective thing for me. Right now, I try to travel as cheap as possible so I can go on numerous trips while not deviating from my life goals. yeah, and that might change later in life and then change back. Like I think that's kind of again, some of the stuff that I find the most fun about this game is that we all have different strategies, and you can, you know, plug something in that we talked about today 2 years down the road when you're actually maybe traveling in a bit higher class and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's all good. It's all part of your lexicon.
Mm-hmm.
Is that the right word? I just made that up.
The
Just say yes. That'll help me out. That'll make me feel better.
Rolodex or
Rolodex. That's what I was looking for.
Yeah.
All
Well,
right.
this lexicon, I don't even know what a lexicon is actually. Wonder if that works.
This is what
Maybe
we
it
do.
does.
That's what we
Let's
do. I'm
it
a
live.
professional streamer. We learn things together here.
Let's do it.
That's what you're going to find out. Lexicon is the vocabulary of a person, language, or branch of knowledge. I don't know if that helped at all.
I mean, it can. I think it can. I think it can be applicable. Yeah.
Let's see. Josh said, "Hey guys, finally get to catch a live. Awesome. That's what we get for doing a little bit later. It's great. Happens to be my mom's birthday, and I'm taking her to watch my brother run. Oh, that might have been about a trip earlier we talked about. But look at you. That's a good son right there. I guess I'm assuming you're a son, but
Nice.
there you go. Anthony, one thing I guess we haven't touched on. I know a lot of people are going to keep chatting in here, and like Jake Vander.
Yo.
We tried this last time. I don't know. Jake's in here. Jake's a longtime channel supporter too. But I was gonna say one thing we haven't touched on a ton yet is like the Bilt 2.0 transition, and I don't know if you have any. I know you've talked about Bilt and Rakuten in general a lot on your channel recently. So do you have any just like general thoughts on the Bilt 2.0 launch and how you're feeling about that?
Yeah, I guess I like pretty much everyone else. I'm just wondering what that rollout's going to look like. Obviously, well, not obviously, but if you guys know, apparently it's going to be February 7th is when they're all going to like officially launch. But I think for anybody that has a Bilt card now, you're going to be given a choice to either keep your Bilt card, to which it's going to transition to a Wells Fargo autograph, well, I guess that could always happen no matter what. And you'll be given a separate application link via soft pull, they say, but also a new account opening to apply for one of their new Bilt 2.0 cards. I saw a bunch of different areas where like, oh, we're gonna have a $0 card, or we're gonna have a $95 card, a $250, a $550, whatever it actually is gonna end up being. I don't really know at launch, but I think the most important thing that I'm looking at is for how low of an annual fee we can get a card that can allow for a 1x points multiplier on mortgages. And if we are getting the mortgages like that, is it going to be, like they mentioned in the early press release, where it's only going to be towards United Wholesale mortgages, anybody who has that as their mortgager, or if it's going to be everyone, any mortgage company, you got Dove and Mule, if it's United Wholesale, all these big ones, will you be able to earn 1x back on all of them? So I'm like, can we get a $95 annual fee card that you earn 1x back standard on your mortgages for everything? If that's true, then yeah, I'm a buyer all day. That's easy money. If not, then is it like a 0.5 or something like that? You pay 95 annual fee card, like a Sapphire Preferred, but you get 1 to 0.5 on your mortgage. Maybe a little less attractive, but yeah, I'm interested. That's basically what I'm looking at. And then what are those higher tier cards actually going to offer that would be worth it? But my guess is they probably largely won't be worth it. The only thing that will be worth it is how low of an annual fee you can get while still returning 1x on your mortgage, I think.
Yeah. I'm really curious about a lot of different things with this, honestly, because it's like, for one, I mean, so you approach this more, you're a homeowner now, so you have the idea of the mortgage coming in is huge. For me, I'm still a renter, so really, from my perspective, it's more like, are they going to keep the ability for me to have 1x back on a no annual fee card? And if I had to guess, I honestly think they're probably not. They're probably just going to try to force people into a $95 version, but maybe. And then the other question becomes like, well, what extra benefits are those other cards going to offer? If they're going to keep us strapped to their neighborhood programs and their really specific partners, that's really not ideal. Just like they're kind of seeing with the UHM, is that what it is? WH, sorry. Like if they're going to be just one partner for like all of these different categories, that's not exactly ideal. But if they give us some optionality, maybe those premium cards could make sense. They're not going to have airport lounges. They're not going to, there's a lot of stuff that they're probably going to be missing. So a lot of question marks. Status too is another big one for me, I think. Like, what is the status going to become more important? Is it going to be something you can get from the cards easily?
Yeah. Like if you're, like if they come out with a a 250 car, or let's call it, just go crazier, and let's say it's a $400 card, but gives you Bilt Silver, and then you can get a 1-to-1 Rakuten with a couple of like coupons. Like, is that worth it? I don't know. Yeah, I'm not
Yeah, I
necessarily
mean, it's
sure.
really like what credits are they going to be able to offer us besides their like neighborhood program stuff? Like they're going to give us some kind of like stupid like Soul Cycle credit and CVS credit and stuff like that. Like, is that really going to be? I hope that's not what they do, but it's likely.
They're pretty savvy. I mean, I would be surprised. I mean, they're already setting the groundwork for like an FHR style, MasterCard style, luxury hotel program. Probably give a credit towards that. People seem to love that across the board. So, yeah, I think it's just largely, the rent and the mortgage. And I also, it would be interesting to me if there was like a $300 annual fee option that allowed me to pay my mortgage or my rent on any card I want with no 3% fee. Like that. That's a factor. I can't see them ever doing that because like that would wipe out that annual fee like fairly easily. But it'd be interesting. Maybe there's a balance there. But if I just retain the ability to pay my mortgage or rent on any card other than the Bilt card, that would be sick. I'm wondering if it's gonna be like
Yeah.
only our card. You're in 1x. That's it.
Yeah, how viable do you think like actually that just 1x flat on mortgages is going to be for any of those cards? Because I mean, what is the math on that? Where because if you're getting 1x back on all of your rent purchases, if there's a $95 annual fee card that gives you that, or sorry, on your mortgage purchases, I mean that annual fee gets wiped so quickly without any credits needed. It's like, is there really how viable is it for them to do that with mortgages that are generally going to be higher cost for
Oh
more
yeah.
Americans?
Oh no, all day. If they have mortgage and rent at 1x, I mean it's already a justifiable card. Like
Right,
there's
which is
nothing
like then you
else.
would think they're
Yeah.
not going to really do that simply. I think it's going to be some weird hoop you got to jump through. Probably have status or something to really boost the rates, and then maybe like you said, the higher tier card has that status easier. You still got to spend. They definitely want you in their program. That's all I know is they want you
Yeah.
in Bilt's program, which makes sense. But
Yeah, I guess
yeah,
however to entice you to spend on their card as much as possible. Like yeah,
yep,
mortgage 1-to-1 only if you're silver or gold or something like that. That'd
right.
be interesting.
I
Um,
can see that. I mean, we see with all the premium travel cards right now where they want you spending through their portal, they want you spending with their partners, and Bilt has like basically everybody by the balls here, where they're the only people that can give you rent or mortgage rewards, so they can really
well,
just.
careful. Don't go crazy. The Mesa people, they're gonna.
Oh, we forgot. Thank you for bringing that up. There you go,
Yeah.
Anthony. Yeah, we could talk about the Mesa card too and see how that's kind of competitive with the idea of Bilt.
Yeah,
Let me pull the card
Mesa
real
is
quick.
interesting. At the meetup, I got the pleasure of seeing a couple people who have Mesa, and I got to see the kind of the deal with it. But yeah, essentially earning points on mortgages. So they are already allowing mortgage, but it's it's an interesting time. It's the Wild West for Mesa. I'll just say there are people. Mesa basically just says like, okay, we'll give you 1x points on your mortgage. So if it's 2,000 a month, we'll give you 2,000 points per month on your mortgage as long as you show proof that you paid it. Like you have a confirmation that you paid your mortgage. It doesn't even have to be on their card. It could be on any card. So long
Oh,
as
I
you
didn't know that.
spend, yeah, so that's kind of the loophole. So
Yeah.
long as you spend $1,000 on our card each month. So it could be on a bunch of different things. So people try to put it on like some of these categories here. Yeah, family expenses, daycare, home improvement, decor. Try to spend 1,000 in those categories, and then okay, now you can earn points on your mortgage. And they actually have some decent partners as well. Like they are very much probably just trying to be the Bilt the next Bilt, the Android, where if Bilt's iPhone, call it the Android, but maybe
Yeah.
that's more controversy. And points of Philip here, I'm back, y'all. I have 145k Mesa points, planning to use with Cathay. He's one that actually did show me his Mesa account and how all that works. Like it's pretty crazy card honestly.
Yeah.
And he finds a lot of value in it as well. Hmm.
Yeah, it's one that I honestly haven't really considered. I know I've seen like Bo Spins Travel, Bo Newman, I think is his name.
Hmm.
He's made some videos on the card, and I found it really interesting. Like especially with like the daycare stuff, where people are spending
Yeah.
thousands of dollars a month on daycare, and it's like that's a big earning category to get covered. If you can, I
Hmm.
think what they give 3x, right? Yeah,
Mm,
they
yeah.
give 3x on that, which you're not getting better than. Do you know much about the maybe points of Philip can help us out here? The like redemption options that you really do have with them. It sounds like you can transfer out to like Cathay, but are there other viable
Yeah,
options?
I'm forgetting off the top of my head, or I don't know off the top of my head, but I think they have like 5 to 7 at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
I think they have like 5 to 7. He was telling me a couple of cool. I mean, because obviously, you can transfer to Cathay, and then you can kind of transfer that over to your British Airways, and it's basically just Avios there. So that's like pretty good sweet spots you can get from that. They have Avios and Aeroplan. Oh, they got they have Aeroplan Air Canada as well. Let's see. Okay, so yeah, I think he saw some.
I haven't seen that.
Yeah, and he
They have
saw
some
some
weird
sweet
ones.
spots with a few of them. Oh, Hainan.
I mean, Finnair's what? Avios, so you're good there. You have Aeroplan here. Because, yeah, Finnair, yeah, they are Avios, right? Cathay Pacific's on its own. Accor's good rates. I guess it's 3-2, though. Thai, I know, is kind of a unique partner. And they have a lot of really unique ones, I guess, but maybe not useful, unique.
This,
Maybe
there's
just
so
Air
many.
Canada.
Yeah, Air Canada and well, Cathay and the Avios is like that right there can cover so many different redemptions. For many places, honestly, all around the world. It's just those alone. So yeah.
It's like Ponce Philip came in saying they have Avios and Aeroplan. Yep. Then Air India is basically really good for United domestic. Interesting. Yeah, didn't know that. 5K points for domestic economy.
Oh wow. Yeah, I mean, Air India is a little tough because I don't know. We did have some terrible experience or terrible things that happened with the Air India flights. Obviously, not necessarily maybe them, but maybe it's just the Boeing, or we don't really know. But they do have like an insane amount of award availability. I just think it's probably because most people don't want to fly them. But it's like,
but I guess if you're doing partner airlines, just book it to their site.
Yeah, for sure.
If you're flying United, that's interesting though. Yeah, I think just in general with the whole mortgage topic, it's really one of those things where like, we can speculate all we want, but we don't really know what's going to happen for a while. And like I said, I got that video from them this week, I guess, like answering some questions, but they didn't answer jack, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, if I don't know, Richard Kerr, the VP of Travel, he mentioned it's going to be like all mortgages. Who knows? Who knows if that's going to be true? Because I think he'll do that sometime. So it'll be like, yes, this is coming, but no time frame. So it'll be like, yes, it is going to be a thing, but
20 years down the road.
But it might be, yeah, yeah. So I'm wondering what's going to happen there.
Jay Patel said, "Did you guys already talk about the SoFi sign-up bonus via Rakuten?" We did. Anthony brought that up earlier.
Yeah, it just dropped to 250. Unfortunately, it was 375 2 days ago. But yeah, 250 or 25,000 points right now.
Shutting us down.
Unbelievable.
Let's see.
And I think
Nicholas was just asking what credit bureau they're going to be pulling from the soft pool perspective. I mean, I guess we don't know.
I'm not sure. Yeah, I haven't really looked at it. Like, I guess if they're saying it's going to be cardless, I mean, I don't know.
I don't know much about cardless, to be honest.
I don't think few people do, but nobody's really has that much experience with them. I think it was a couple fintech cards that went down over the last few years, but
I was going to say that could be a reason why somebody might be worried about Bilt going down. I know we were talking about that earlier, like just being with a less.
Yeah, that's the number one thing. But I mean, I have to think, like, if there was so many issues with Wells Fargo, like there's got to be a thing for, like, I couldn't imagine they would just like not think about unprofitability or think about how well a card is before issuing a new card. I mean, it seems they're trying to be here long haul. So like, why would they ever choose a partner that might have be an issue? I don't know.
Who knows? Maybe to fund another wedding or something. I'm kidding. Derek coming in with another super chat. I really appreciate you doing that. He was saying that, first of all, 2 goats, and also saying my Rakuten credit card rose the ranks real fast. So that's somebody that, like we were talking about earlier, Anthony, who actually really does value that extra, I guess, up to 28,000 Bilt or Amex points or cashback, I guess. Derek, what are you using your points for? Are you all in on the Bilt stuff right now? Phil Mo saying cardless is such a dumb name. It's kind of interesting.
Oh yeah, for sure. Right. Cardless. So we have no cards.
No cards.
Maybe that's why they always shut down. It's like, no, guys, we're not a card company. We're cardless. Like we're trying to have no cards, and we just like had this partnership happen.
Derek said he is all in on Bilt right now, at least for the first 6 months.
Heck yeah.
Robert saying Rakuten card go burr.
For sure. I do want to mention, actually, if we can, a little bit higher, Lampert, because I saw a couple times. I wanted to shout him out because I think he got an amazing thing, and I think it's good to know. Right above points of Philip when he was talking about Mesa, he said the Conrad, Washington, D.C. through. So he
Oh,
booked.
okay. Sorry. Yeah, I couldn't find it. Here we go.
So he booked because I saw this somewhere else, and he was like, so he used MasterCard, so like the MasterCard luxury hotel program, basically same as FHR, just no guaranteed late checkout, but you can still get late checkout. Still $100 credit, $60, $80 of breakfast credits, all that. So he found the Conrad in Washington D.C. through MasterCard Travel. It was $1K cheaper. I think said earlier it was like 2.4 thousand for going through FHR or Hilton Direct, or not FHR, but like Hilton Direct. But he said it was like $1,000 cheaper, or even $1,400 cheaper by going through MasterCard. And I'm sure he still got the benefits of like the $100 credit and all these different things. So I want to shout that out. I think that's pretty sick. Amazing.
Yeah, that is cool. I was trying to scroll back up and find his other message about it, but that's what. Oh yeah, here it is.
You found. Save me 1K. Oh, Hilton was 2.4. MasterCard Travel was 1.4. I mean, what the heck? That's correct. I've never seen that discrepancy before, to be honest.
Yeah, it always makes me like whenever people bring up redemptions like that. First of all, I'm like stoked that you're able to find that, but second, I'm like, man, I feel like I do a good job when it comes to like searching for award availability, finding all these things, but there's still like more stones to be, turned. Basically, like there's so many options out there.
It's insane.
Starlight saying, been watching since the start of the stream. Thank you for that. Wow, sticking with us tonight.
Thanks, man.
So you guys have been putting out some good info. I appreciate that. Luke's points and miles in the chat. He said, I had the Avianca card from Cardless. I wouldn't want another card from Cardless. I had an issue and was never able to get a hold of a person ever. And I was in the Navy, so I can wait. I can wait like that for hours.
Wow. Jeez. I mean, yeah, that says something.
Yeah, I know. I mean, Bilt in general, I will say that I don't know about everybody else's experience, but I've had an issue that's been in Bilt's customer service hands. Okay, so basically what happened with me was that for whatever reason, you know how they have like the neighborhood rewards for like dining, for example? You like toggle it on, it just stays on. For whatever reason, every time I toggled that on, it automatically turned off. And every time. And it would send me emails and notifications like every other day. And I was like, why am I getting this notification? I worked, then I finally reached out to their customer service. It took multiple days of texting for them to even really understand what was going on, which was first of all really annoying. Yeah. And then after that, they said, yeah, we're gonna have to pass this up to somebody higher up on our team. They emailed me back maybe 2 weeks after that with basically just asking me another follow-up question. And I was like, this doesn't have anything to do with what I asked about. And then a couple weeks later, they basically closed it saying there's nothing they could do. And I was like,
jeez.
So I waited like a month for you to do absolutely nothing. And I mean, that could have been one really bad experience, but if Cardless is going to have no help with that, yeah, that's not better by any means.
Yeah, it's never nice to have zero customer service. It's why I actually switched from like Robinhood, way back when they had no customer service, like 6 years ago, something like that. So it's a real thing. It's why a lot of people bring up Citi sometimes, although I never really had an issue. They've always been fine with me. But yeah, Cardless, yeah. It's good to know. It's good to know.
Yeah, was Cardless also the one? No, I guess he had the Avianca card, so he got a bonus from them. I was gonna say, for some reason I thought that Cardless wasn't big on like welcome offers. That's another thing we haven't really talked about with Bilt 2.0 is like, I mean, I would really hope at this point that they bring out welcome offers on their cards if they're gonna offer 3 new ones with annual fees. But I don't know.
It's tough. It's a high expense for them, on the back ends. Whenever I listen to the American Express earnings calls, they're like, yeah, we had X amount of, I think in there they call it like incentive spend or something like that, or it's just all the welcome offers they're issuing. It's like down to the bottom line on their balance sheet. So I don't know. I think they're going to
I was gonna say, I mean, if they're gonna charge annual fees, that's something that they're not making money from right now. So
yeah,
would they give that back to the customer in any way? I guess they're gonna justify that it's coming maybe from mortgage rewards, but then it's also like if you're gonna make a spend for mortgage rewards, you're still making more money. So
yeah. But I think they might just be like that guy on Facebook Marketplace that says, no lowballing. I know what I have.
That's what I was saying. They got us by the balls in a lot of different regards
exactly.
here. Nobody expects a bonus, but
then Mesa can come up, and maybe some other mortgage cards can come up. I think there's always something. So always somebody on the horizon trying to create a new business. Because it's still that's a very new market, and there's going to be a ton of cards that issue it. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if some of these other bigger cards just allow it real easy. I'm surprised more of them aren't touching it. Like especially Chase, who has many home loans and stuff, or even car loans. Right. I'm surprised they didn't do that. But
I mean, that you would have to think that, I would imagine that most of these big banks are probably like 5 years behind the the
I think
times in a
so.
way. Like I wonder how worried Bilt really is about that possibility coming around. I guess maybe they're trying to sign these big contracts with like the mortgage lenders to get away from
Yeah,
that. But I don't know.
I can see that. Yeah, just yeah, front loading all that spend for
Yep.
sure. Crazy
Jordan saying
multiples.
ghost watching, really great insight tonight. Thank you, Jordan.
Jordan.
Nicholas said, so are we guaranteed to get a Bilt card with a soft pull, or could they deny us? Their email read as though you just accept it. It's not even like it's not a thing. Like if you already get approved for the Bilt card, you just accept the new one and you get a new account added. But I don't know. Do you know anything different?
I mean, the way I read it, maybe I missed a couple things. I just read it as like you have to apply and it'll be a soft pull. So it's like, yeah, you're either approved or not.
So you do actually fully apply?
I think so, yeah, because it's going to be a whole new, a whole new card account and everything like that. So even though
Yeah,
it's a
that's
soft
true.
pull, is it likely to get approved? Probably. I mean, Bilt's track record, like, is very rare that I ever heard anyone actually get denied for their cards, honestly. So if they have the same parameters in place, but with the, and that was true for Wells Fargo and, by the other who was the name of the one who owned it? It was like a G name, I think. I forget. I
For
forget
what?
who was. Oh no, Evolve Bank. Yeah, Evolve Bank, who issued it the past, and Wells Fargo after that, like, seemed to be fairly easy to get approved for the Bilt card, like everyone and everyone ended up getting approved. So hopefully they do the same.
Yeah, I think it started that way, but it got to the point now where I have a lot of people saying that they got either denied or really, really low limits with Bilt.
Really?
Yeah, so I don't know. Maybe they've cracked down a bit because of Wells Fargo's complaints. But here's just the email again. I could pull it up. Yes, I use Yahoo Mail for personal stuff. Don't worry about it.
Wow, what a joke.
I know.
Yeah.
But they said here, where's that? Right here.
Yeah.
In early January, we'll be hosting a special event where we'll reveal our 3 new cards. After the announcement, you'll be able to select which card is right for you, and we'll deliver it to your door ahead of launch so you're ready to go from day one. Is that a different email than other people are getting?
No,
Because it sounds like to me, I just select it and I get it. I don't have to apply.
Well, I think I was reading it from the Reddit thread. Yeah, the select from
right
the 3 new cards. He basically said the same thing that's in this email though. Yeah, they make it seem like, select from 3 cards. Like, oh yeah, it's just selected and you got it. But I wouldn't say, I probably wouldn't say it's guaranteed, but I think it's probably high likely.
And what is like this one here too is like they released this recent, like you were talking about. I mean, it says you will be able to earn mortgage rewards no matter who your service provider is.
Like, that's big language, you wouldn't put that in there if it was going to be maybe.
Right. I don't know.
I mean, what the heck? So, yeah, I think that's interesting. I'm really excited to see what it looks like.
Yeah, I mean, the other thing that kind of throws me off with all this stuff is just like your card number stays the same, everything stays exactly the same. So it would be weird for them to then deny you. All of your stuff stays exactly the same,
if except the card stays the same. That's like an upgrade,
The card, exactly. So the card number stays the same, but you start a new credit history with that new card. So your old credit history goes on an old autograph card instead.
But it doesn't make sense to me because like when they switched from Wells Fargo or when Evolve switched to Wells Fargo, they had to cancel all of them and reapply for Wells. So maybe it's like because it's fintech, like, and maybe Wells couldn't figure it out. Like maybe they can just do a straight upgrade across, whatever you would call, the network. So that's pretty interesting. Or issuer.
Yeah, and Jarvis said it says soft pull, which, I'm not arguing that language at all. I understand it says soft pull, but it's the question of whether or not, like, what that really means. Like, sure, maybe they could deny you if your literal whole credit profile is up in flames, but they're not reading it that way or writing it that way.
And in the Reddit thread, someone asked, like, oh, is this going to be essentially, because when I was recording the video, I didn't actually read the Reddit thread. So I asked the question, like, is this going to add to our 524? Is this going to be a new card account? And basically Richard Kerr did say yes, it is going to add a new card account. So I'm like, that's not an upgrade, but it reads like it's an upgrade.
I know.
But the way they talk about it is like it's going to be a new card. My guess, I'm going to put my theory, I think it's just going to be a new card application. I don't think it's going to be upgrade. So we'll see.
Yeah, they have a lot of time to backtrack on these statements.
Yeah.
I don't know. I worry about stuff like that where it's like, I mean, if you're going to send out an email like that, like, you should probably already have this kind of, I guess, understood like exactly what you're going to go ahead and do and not make it confusing. And then that's why I was like, when they sent out that video, I was like, oh, thank God we'll get some answers. And I was like, no, no answers.
We are going to do something revolutionary. And it's just rereading. He's just reading the email, and then what we're gonna do is
Yeah,
softball.
it's basically that.
Really?
Yeah, look, Sharvis said maybe they could deny you, but it's still going to be interesting to see if they give us the same limit or more. I didn't really think about credit limits either.
It's true. Imagine under your mortgage amount. It's like, I'm screwed.
Well, here's the thing: if you keep your old Bilt card history on the Wells Fargo card, the autograph that they product change you to, basically, your credit limit stays with that card. So they have to extend you more credit. Cardless has to extend this credit.
Well,
so why would they not? Why would it not be a new application?
It's got to be a new application.
Like it has to be.
Yeah.
Right. Maybe
you're right.
Dumb. Maybe I'm just dumb. I should say.
I think that's correct. Yeah. Because it is going to go to a Wells autograph, which I'm fine with.
Yeah. Also, an interesting question here: if the card number stays the same, then would that mean the physical card would still continue to work like the old one?
Maybe. See, it goes against everything we know. That's right. That's a good point.
Yeah, because you could just keep using the old design if you wanted to.
Yeah, but it seems like that card's going to be useless. As soon as it switches over, it's going to autograph. That's
exactly,
funny.
but the card number isn't. That's why it makes no sense. It really doesn't make much sense.
We're gonna have to get Richard Kerr in here.
Yeah,
we're gonna have to get him in. Say, what's the deal here? He say, well, actually, what we're gonna do is.
I've been waiting to have a conversation like this because people keep asking about the transition stuff, and I'm kind of just like, I don't know. The other question I have been like kind of pondering a bit is, which I don't actually know the welcome offer language on the autograph card, but if we're forced product change to it without getting an offer, then how long do we miss out on that welcome offer on the autograph? And does that mean we should be applying for the autograph before Bilt 2.0 comes out?
Yeah. During the video I did on the initial launch, I was like, same thing. I was like, I guess I just assumed because I didn't actually look in their language. If they have like a 24-month cooldown or whatever it actually is, I just assumed like, if it goes over, I'm just losing out on the 20K welcome offer or something.
Yeah, it's not huge, but it is like I've kind of wanted. Eventually, I was going to add those cards for the welcome offers when I had wanted more. So I don't know.
That's 40K choice points, man. What the heck?
Exactly. But yeah, I mean, it would be autograph welcome offers 20K points for $1,000 spend. Like it's not hard to get, but then I have to add another card to my 524, and then they're going to add a Bilt 2.0 card to my 524. I mean, maybe I won't even care about 524 after too long if I can't get any more Chase Ink cards. So I don't know.
Legit. Nice card. Yeah. Nice card impression. all love to Kerr. I like to do impressions, every now and again.
This is it's all kind of in jest. Like we're all just trying to make some light of a weird situation going on. Yeah. Clinton saying, I applied for the autograph before the Propel got converted. Then they changed my Propel to an active cash instead since I already had an autograph. Oh, interesting. Oh yeah, I mean maybe I guess we'll see if Bilt does that. They already stated it'd be another autograph, so I would think you're just gonna have two.
Yeah,
I don't know. Nathan said, you keep saying we'll get an autograph. I don't want a Wells Fargo card. I just want the Bilt card I pick. So yeah, right now how it operates, if you don't opt out, you're going to be given a Wells Fargo card.
Yeah, and then you could apply for the other Bilt cards coming out.
Yeah. And you also, I mean, just I guess maybe a little bit of a news flash. You already do have a Wells Fargo card right now.
That's right. That's right. Damn.
It's not really changing anything.
Don't ruin his life, man. What the heck? He does not want to be in the Wells ecosystem at all.
You're already there, unfortunately. You got to log into Wells to pay your bills.
Check the back of the card. No.
Filmo said, Anthony, do your
Oh my God.
You don't have to.
What is up, team? It's your boy Sledge.
That was beautiful. My God.
Join the membership. Sledge is great.
That's so good. Yeah, I only saw him for 10 minutes at the meetup. I swear I barely ever see Sledge.
Sledge does his own thing. He's a lone wolf. He likes to hang out. Him and his wife, they see the sights, they explore the culture. Like I remember we got married right after we got married. We were doing professional photos in Vegas, and we actually saw him on the street. We were like, "What's up, Sledge?" He was like, "What's up?" As he was getting into an Uber, he's like, "Oh, what's going on?"
Just dipping out.
Yeah,
he's like the Homer Simpson behind the bushes.
Yeah, exactly. Just gone.
Mike said, "Can we immediately product change the autograph to the Journey or some other Wells Fargo card?" I honestly
Good
have
question.
no idea. I don't know what their language would be. I mean, usually you got to keep a card open for like a year before you can make changes like that. But since it's not a new card, I don't know. Because
That'd be
technically it's going to be an
interesting.
old Wells Fargo account, so maybe you could just product change. But
Yeah.
then again, you might then sacrifice multiple welcome offers if you're going from autograph to another Wells Fargo card immediately. So maybe just consider applying fresh. But
I wonder
realize
what
what that
the
will throw at
welcome
you.
offer is on that journey.
The journey's a normal 60K for 4K spend, so you
Oh,
don't want
see,
to
I
really
don't want
miss
to.
that one.
Yeah, I don't want to miss that. That's
Yeah,
actually pretty good.
yeah, it's a normal like Sapphire preferred offer, old Sapphire preferred.
Yeah.
Oh, Jerome said, as far as I know, you can't product change between the autograph cards. I did not know that. That's kind of odd if you couldn't, because
I
yeah,
don't
they're
know.
both Visa cards, they're both autograph cards. I can maybe understand it from like an active cash or one of them, like the Attune or something like that, is a Mastercard, and the others are Visas, something like that. But I don't know. Boxer said that impression might be better than the real Sledge.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mike said, when's the Charleston meetup?
It's Labor Day, so next September, 10 months away. I'll be getting there the 4th, leaving the 8th. Most people are leaving 7th and 8th. The actual meetup day will be September 5th, Saturday. So Labor Day weekend, man. Labor Day
Yeah.
weekend.
And like he said, it's the Wild Dunes Resort and with the Isle of Palms, I think is what it's called.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's where a lot of us are going to be staying because it has that resort vibe. It is like, 30-ish minutes away from actual downtown Charleston, so keep that in mind depending on what you want to do. But I'm staying out at the Isle of Palms just because it's just you get so many more meetups in a way. Like we get to see each other all day. So
Yeah,
that's what we're
I think
doing.
it's worth it, And I figured, people were commuting to Old San Juan and people commuting to the rainforest. That was like 30, 40, 50 minutes in certain cases with traffic, And the Uber ride is, it's 30 minutes, who really cares? Like it's fun, especially if you get an XL and the 6 of you just hanging out in the car.
Yeah.
If you split it, 6 ways, if that's what you guys are doing, or someone gets it this time, someone gets, like, that's fun too,
Yeah.
I'm going to be
You
driving
got
there,
everything you need. You got everything you need at the resort too. So
yeah, breakfast. There's on-site restaurants. There's beach restaurants. Like there's common areas to hang out. You have the actual beach itself. Like it's gonna be awesome. Yeah.
yeah.
All
Speaking
day.
of, if anybody's got any globalists or a guest of honor, let me know. I need it.
Man.
I need
Spencer needs it. Guest of honor. He'll give you a status night.
Yeah. Matthew said, did we talk about the Mesa card? If so, I'll wait for timestamps. We did, and that probably wasn't that long ago. Maybe 20 minutes ago?
Yeah.
15 minutes ago?
Yeah.
So you might not have to go back too far. Dollar Man got in here finally. The first commenter and one of the last, because we're probably going to get wrapping up here soon. But yeah, Anthony, I didn't even ask you how long you have, but we're about coming up on time anyways. So maybe we'll take a couple more questions. And I still need to pack for a trip that I'm leaving for at about 5:30 in the morning. So
oh, jeez.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
Well, safe travels for sure.
I know. Yeah. I'm so mad though. We don't have the freaking Sapphire Terrace Lounge anymore. So now I'm just hanging out with the normal folk.
There's no other lounges there. No, nothing.
I mean, they do have a Delta Sky Club, but I never fly Delta. Literally, I don't think I've ever flown Delta besides maybe once for a positioning flight. And then we have an American Airlines Admirals Club, which could be interesting, and then a United Club. But they said they're going to bring a Sapphire Lounge back once the construction's complete, but Lord knows how long that's going to take.
Interesting. Yeah. Is that now that Sapphire Landing, was that one that it was like similar to the other Sapphire Lounges where you can like order food and stuff? Like
no. It was more of just like a kind of a place to hang out. They had like those like vending machines like with actual food in it, like not what I'm talking, it's like this, no, not like Snap Food kitchens, but it's something like they had like quinoa bowls and salads and stuff like that in the vending machine that you would get. And then they had drinks, like canned drinks and all that. So and it was fine. Like it was just nice to kind of get out of the main terminal, and I could work, and stuff like that a little bit more calmly. But
for sure.
Okay, let's see if there's any kind of like last minute things going on here. Mike saying, hope the Hyatt Premium card is out by then. That could be a consideration too. We are talking, like 10 months out right now, 9 months out. So
yeah, that is possible.
That's honestly like one of the only reasons I'm even like worried about 524 now with the ink card language being changed. I guess what I haven't thought about with the ink card stuff is I've applied for all of them under my LLC I guess I did get one ink cash under my soul prop, so maybe I can't do it now.
So it doesn't really matter. You can
Is
apply
it just
for all under sole prop. You can have different businesses. Like it really doesn't matter. They don't actually like a lot of people thought you had to have like all multiple EINs or multiple different businesses, but you can really just literally get like as many as they'll give you under the same exact business, and you'd be fine.
yeah? I guess I was just thinking with the new offer terms of you saw
Oh,
the new offer terms with the free
y-
ink cards.
yeah, it's just like you may not be eligible for the welcome offer. Yeah,
I mean,
it's
still worth probably trying, but with a hard inquiry every time, it's going to be a little bit more of a consideration.
Yeah, I guess it really now it depends how many you have. Like if you have two, I would say your odds of getting a third is very low nowadays, unfortunately.
Yeah, I think I've had five now. I just got the ink cash again right
Oh
before
wow,
that language was added. So
you've got
yeah,
five. Holy crap!
yeah, I had the ink cash, then unlimited, preferred, premier, ink cash again. So yeah,
Oh, you
five.
got the premiere too. Wow. Okay.
Yeah,
Huh.
that's a quick
Interesting.
$1,000 for the
Oh
offer.
yeah.
That's all. Not
Yeah.
not bad though.
I just went with the two caches, two unlimiteds, and then she's got one of each. And then we kind
Oh,
of got
that's true.
stopped
Yeah,
out there.
I can still get my girlfriend to get those cards. I always forget.
Hell yeah.
She'll be our new 524 you know champion.
Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Mike was saying, do you recommend combining this with the trip to Savannah? I love Savannah, but
I would say if you're going to be staying there for,
yeah,
I
the
mean,
whole
let's
four
see.
days or whatever.
Yeah, like what I would, let me think. Savannah,
The drive
Savannah.
is pretty. It's still pretty far.
It's about a 2 hour drive. If you're going to be going there, and I guess I would see because you don't really have. I don't think you have any better airports outside of like Charleston. Like it's not like if you go to Savannah, you're right next to Atlanta. Like you have to drive a while.
Yeah, and
Still.
the airport in Savannah is all the flights are really expensive. I'm pretty sure. Like at least
Hmm.
the ones I've taken in there, it's like only American, and there's only a couple of them, and it was
Hmm.
really expensive. But that maybe it's just an Austin thing. I don't know.
Yeah, so I guess if you were to do it, maybe make it the front end of your trip. Maybe go second, third. Just do like 2 days in Savannah, if you somehow are there. And then do 3 days in Charleston or something like that, and then that's a
Yeah,
decent trip. Yeah, go like the first to the or go like the second to the fourth or something. And then
yeah,
transition at Charleston, fly out of Charleston. I would say, but yeah, Savannah's great. A lot of great hotels, a lot of easy redemptions. I highly recommend the Thompson. If you book it through like MasterCard or FHR, you can spend 250 out of pocket, and then get like 170 back in food credits. They have a rooftop restaurant and bar lounge, breakfast up there as well. Very good place. The Andaz as well is also very nice there.
mm.
Yeah, we like Savannah a lot as
Yeah.
well.
I've done that exact, I guess, like kind of trip too. I did a road
Hmm.
trip all the way from Texas through Savannah and Charleston
Oh
in one
damn.
go, and that was, I mean, it was great. But yeah, you got to spend a good amount of time in both cities. I think like Savannah's cool. Just the history in both Charleston and Savannah is like insane. Like it's just
Yeah.
really, you feel like you're taken back a lot.
Yeah.
And beautiful beaches too, compared to Texas at least.
Right. I think what I'm gonna try to do is I have an old friend Larry who does the history tours out there. If you guys have ever seen this guy, really long beard. I'm gonna see if I can maybe enlist him for a history tour. I think that would be very fun because he's a little
Mm,
wacky, a little crazy, but he's very knowledgeable, and I think it would be fun. Like he would dance
yeah,
with the energy of
that's
everybody. If
sweet.
not, I might organize just a regular history tour, but I think that'd be sick
Yeah,
for
that's
everybody.
cool.
Hmm.
I don't know if I can do any ghost tours there, dude.
You
I
have
know they
to.
got a lot, but
Yeah, there's only one option. You have to do a ghost tour now. What the heck?
whenever we stayed at that the Mills house, like I know that one was like technically a haunted hotel, and
Yeah,
I just don't do that stuff, brother. Like I
really.
cannot handle it. And luckily, I had two buddies come stay with me while we were there, and we are all like, none of us are into it, so we're like, all right, we can maybe fit three in this bed, three like 6 foot plus men sleeping in bed together. Not
That's
really,
right.
but
Over 6 foot club.
yeah.
Well, the thing is, the Mills House, I actually did like my own paranormal investigation there
Oh,
once,
that's
and
right. Yeah.
and we had flashlights, and we were trying to see if the light would turn on after talking to the spirits. reports. We wanted to do some dousing with some Palo Santo. We tried to do stuff like that, and I was very freaked out. I was very scared. But I actually heard reports from the people who work there. They were like, yeah, we've heard like babies crying before, and there's a lot of history in that hotel.
Yeah, whenever I was going, I literally, like I said, I was there by myself. First of all, I got there by myself at night, and the first thing that the guy that brings up my bag to the room, he's like, "Oh, you've heard like how haunted this place is, right?" And I was like, "Brother, why? Like, no, that's not why I'm here."
Yeah, that's always reassuring. Yeah. Thanks.
All right, let's see here. Take a couple more questions. AGM up here, this might be a place we can help. Said, just got declined for the Atmos Ascent card. Should I go for the City Globe or the upgrade offer for the Plat? Wait, Plat? What, am I missing something? Or the upgrade offer for the Plat CD? Have the gold? Oh, card probably. Platinum card. I have the gold card right now. City wants me to unfreeze my Experian, which already has 3 inquiries. The Globe card is really, in my opinion, not a great card. But I guess for a welcome offer, maybe. The problem is if you're getting denied because of like hard inquiries and stuff, then City's not going to be a better option for you.
Yeah, I mean 3 inquiries. I guess it depends like how well. Yeah. I guess for City, at least from my experience, it's like how many cards have you recently got in like the last like few months or 6 months or something like that. It's also
like, what do you need these cards for? Yeah, why did you get denied for the Atmos card in the first place? That could help you get some ideas. As for the upgrade offer to the Plat card, I personally wouldn't prefer to take an upgrade offer if I haven't applied fresh for the Platinum yet, because you technically only get one welcome offer in your lifetime with each Amex card, and if you upgrade from the Gold to the Platinum, then you're sacrificing that welcome offer. Then you have to get a no lifetime language offer to get any welcome offer ever on the Platinum card. So theoretically, apply fresh for the Platinum, then take an upgrade from the Gold if you wanted to later, is how I would do it. But I understand that not everybody wants to play that long of a game. So what do you think, Anthony?
Yeah, I guess similar. Just like if it's if you're really trying to get some solid some miles and stuff like that. Yeah, maybe smash and grab the Globe if that's like you definitely need those miles real quick. Sure. Like it depends how much spend you have and all those different things. Like, yeah, I guess if I'm really trying to game it, sure, get the Globe, take the upgrade offer, double dip on your credits like November and then January. But yeah, that's granted you have, whatever it is, what is it, like 8,000 spend or 7,000 spend between both of those. Yeah, it's just, the Globe's pretty, it's kind of trash, I think, like you said. So, yeah.
Well, he said right here, I got the Barclays Aviator Red and the City Advantage Plat cards on the same day in early September, and I'll look into the no lifetime language on the Plat. Well, yeah, like I said, I mean, if you haven't gotten the Plat yet, you don't need a no lifetime language. You could just get the fresh, just the normal 175 if you can find it. Yeah, that's if you got both of those on the same day in early September, I don't think they're going to give you the Globe card personally, but I don't know. I could be wrong.
Yeah, if you care nothing about your inquiries, then just go for it, and then just assume the worst, know, and then take the upgrade.
Micah said, just joined. I missed the discussion about Bilt 2.0 and Rakuten. Unfortunately, yes. We are at the very tail end of this live, but I'll try to add some chapters later. Like I said, I got to go pack, but yeah, go check out, after like 15 minutes, I think is when we did like our kind of open discussion, and then we got into the Bilt stuff pretty heavily. So check it out after that point. But yeah, Sebastian, this is the last question we're going to answer here. When are we playing Fortnite, my guys?
He's been asking for a while. He's like, when are you and Spencer going to go do a Fortnite? I was like, yeah. I mean, we've talked about it, but I don't know. I need to figure out to play it on.
Yeah, I was going to say, I need to figure out how to, I guess, connect my PC to this and do all that. But I could make it happen. I don't know. Maybe you could play it on your MacBook.
Can you play it on a computer? Does it not have to be a console?
No, yeah. I mean, I play on my PC. Normally. I play all games on PC, but the MacBook is not really good for that stuff. So it's like it'd have to be an actual PC normally. But I don't know. Maybe you can try it.
Interesting. Can we play like
on mobile?
I would play. Yeah, I mean, if there was a way to hook it up, I would do it. Yeah, I would play mobile. Yeah, I would play mobile all day because I think years ago I played the like PUBG on mobile and it was fun.
Oh yeah.
Like whatever that was, like the lockdowns or something. I think I was playing that. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'd love to play RuneScape, you know, but nobody cares about RuneScape like I do, unfortunately. I haven't played that in like a decade either.
Yeah, dude, I don't know. I think it would be really fun to get some like gaming sessions going where we just chat about whatever. Check on the chat every once in a while, but just hang out. I think it'd be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Um,
You could play on mobile. Okay, cool. Can
yeah.
play on mobile. I'll have to get good at it, you know. I'll have to freaking clumsy hands now.
Keith said, I got to pack 2 Spencer weekend journey, then 2-week trip immediately on Sunday, leaving Friday morning. Dang.
2 weeks,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah, on that note, I just want to say thank you to everybody for watching. Anthony, thank you for joining tonight. I know it's kind of short notice on all this, but I had a great time with you, and I hope we get to do this again soon. I'm trying to have guests like all the time now, so maybe we'll just be a consistent guest every once in a while.
Hell yeah, man. This is a lot of fun. Thanks for having me, and you know, thanks everybody for being so gracious, you know.
Yeah. If you haven't checked out Anthony's channel, go do that. I don't know why you wouldn't have checked it out yet. Linked in the description. And yeah, we'll get him to that Frying Pan Hotel soon. Maybe I'll join him. You never know.
I was thinking actually maybe I could do it together. Like I can go to the Charleston
I'd be
meetup.
down.
Well, I was like Charleston meetup plus Frying Pan. I might be able to get it done all together. Although,
wow.
But I think we're back in hurricane season then. But it might be worth doing. Get it all done in one shot because it's not that far from each other. So I don't know. We'll have to see.
Yeah. Maybe I would join. You never know.
That'd be crazy.
Make a full vlog out of this thing.
Yeah.
Film each other.
Hell yeah.
But yeah. Awesome. Well, thanks again, Anthony. And I'll go ahead and end this. But yeah.
Thank you.
We'll catch you guys later.
See you guys.